We are sorry for the delay, everyone. I think we are live and looking forward to the screen transition so we can start hearing the music. This is Week 7, the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 3 Invitational Tournament. We are doing co-op info share, randomizer, defeat Ganon. We have teams Forfeiters Are Us versus WJPDTB. This is a very important match for Team WJPDTB. Because they are looking to try and get clinch the division. We have a back-to-back here. This is going to be a double hitter. After we get done with this game, we are going to swap out some runners and go again. WJPDTB, if I can pronounce it correctly, needs both wins to have a chance at having first place clinch. All right. So waiting for the transition to live here, but as you notice, we've had some difficulties. We're already in here. I know we have Bo, we have Shovel. Shovel gives us a red rupee. We have Kane, we have whatever. I'm Kuchiri, and joining me today is Wolflink. What's going on, Wolflink?
Good afternoon, everyone, and yeah, we're going in hot on this one. So, just a brief overview of what we're playing here. We are playing, of course, here's a cooperative seed here, in which both runners on one team Forfeiters Are Us, and both teams on members on Team WJP DTP are sharing information. So, for example, we see a bottle being picked there by, I believe it's Recitador, and that is being and that information has been transferred over to DT.
That was DT.
Oh, was DT? Well, reverse it then. Okay, yeah. I can't tell because we're still not transitioning yet. But yeah, Randomizer though, as you can see, the enemies are all shuffled around the world here. They're in different positions than normal. This includes the bosses that we are playing what is known as full boss shuffle, which means every boss is guaranteed to appear at once, but unlike the normal game in which there's 2 Armos, 2 Lamolas, and 2 Moldorms, it can be any 2 bosses. We could have 2 Trinex XP.
Alright, looks like that is Redactor going through Hyrule Dungeon. A little bit of an overcrop there. Nasty Hyrule Dungeon. Jerks are small magic. We're getting the question, what's happening? Yeah, no, we had an issue. The Windows update apparently broke the machine. So we're going to hopefully get this fixed here soon. Pearl Lamp and Sword. Oh, hey!
There we go.
All right.
We're back to it. So yeah, so once again, folks, sorry about this. We had to basically rush to get everything up and running here, so we're back at full power now.
Okay. So again, the yellow side here, WJPDTB is looking to win both games today to try and clinch off their division. They are currently 8-4, and if they win both, they get 10 wins, and they just have to hope that their opponents that are in the top 3 don't get 2 wins. Ooh, glove in the back of Shrosh's closet. We didn't see that. I do believe
Blue and Ice Rod Cave. And meanwhile, folks, we're on the other side of the bracket here. We have Team Forfeiters Are Us, and they are currently 5-7. They are one of the bottom teams of the Misery Mire division. So this race, all they can do with this is just try to take wins away from WJP. But WJP is guaranteed into the playoffs regardless. They're just hoping to get that top spot so they get the bye and get some advantage in picking in setting.
Yep. So, if you're a fan of Shack Tools Digging Game or Did You Check Your Boot, you're rooting for Forfeiters Are Us today. But we do have the 07s. We have the Flute being authorized. Hammer in Eastern! Yeah, that's Dark World access. DT finding the hammer in Eastern.
Yes, and there's our Moon Pearl there as well.
Yeah, no, we had a stack mini Moldorm Cave. Follow that up with that. I do believe we have another sword on Lumberjack Ledge, something we saw earlier. Sick Kid gives out some arrows. That's nothing.
And we also see that Eastern Palace is a normal crystal, as is Tower Hera. Desert Palace is our green pendant. That information, of course, and a lot of these items are free today thanks to our feature hunters, Inkir and Mindful Beast. who kept us up to speed while we were rushing to get everything online for you guys today. So a special thank you to the trackers tonight for their work.
No, yeah. No, the last few minutes have been crazy trying to get everything set up for you guys, and we're sorry for the delay.
If start of Eastern, we have the rare cannon gun. Only see in Randomizer.
Yep. Enemy that wasn't in the main game. JP is trying to get that Armos out of the way while trying to farm bombs.
Looks like we found a sword on JP's side, and we also found the Book of Ador in Eastern Palace as well, which does give us the means to full clear desert.
No, DT had that white sword from Minimal Room Cave. Humbug's about ready to get the sword as well. And again, as mentioned before, we do know Lumberjack Ledge has another sword.
Ooh. So, forced ever. There's also the lamp there, which we missed.
No, we got. I mentioned the lamp.
Oh, you got that.
Yeah,
okay.
Chat mentioned the lamp too. It's a loaded Minimal Room Cave.
So we do have Darkhold access, so Aghanim is only required if we want to have a better sword for our time.
Yeah, these runners are at the level that they'll be fine with Master Sword.
Yeah, I can see that.
DT is getting close on low health. He's going to hope that there's someone easy on the switch here coming up.
Recitador, I should also point out, is having a little bit of extra fun here, and it has turned on Palette Shuffle, which is a client-side customization option. Doesn't affect the team whatsoever. And we should also talk about the Randomizer implications as well. Now that I meant to think about it. So, as we're going through Eastern Palace here, we'll come across some enemies known as the Red Igors. Well, they're going to be shuffled here. So you might think, oh, we don't need the bow for the seed. You would be incorrect in assuming that. How the Randomizer works is that the items get shuffled first, and then after everything gets placed, the enemies and bosses get shuffled afterward. So, even though we can potentially reach the Armos Knights, because there cannot be Igor, bow-locked enemies in kill rooms, we will still require the bow to finish Eastern Palace. Because the enemy item logic assumed that the enemies weren't shuffled.
We also will probably need the bow to get through Pod if Pod's a crystal. So
correct. That is unavoidable regardless of the Randomizer restriction. Regardless if it's enemy shuffled or not. Because we have to shoot the eye at the statue.
We are getting a Zora check now from JP.
20
Only 20 rupees. We had a mimic disguised as an Igor in Eastern.
Yeah, those Koreas are kind of an interesting enemy thing.
Oh, that's a nasty room here.
Actually, this room's not that bad. The Hinoxes are kind of dangerous, but yeah, they die in one hit.
Oh, I got a nice double kill there.
Yeah, they die in one hit the bombs. Oh, but this room, on the other hand, is a little close quarters.
Nice triple kill on the mini not the mini helmet stars there.
Yeah, thankfully, bombs can make short work of these Enochs if they die in one hit to them. And the boss in Eastern is Argus, which we cannot defeat without the hookshot. So hookshot is required this seed.
Alright. Of course, it's required every seed because of Moldorm 2.
Oh, yes. But we need it before GT, is more my point.
Alright, so we have land. We can start exploring Death Mountain, save the old man, get that save point. We have Dark World access, which means we can, check Village of Outcast, Hive Cave, Pyramid, Catfish. We have a lot of stuff we can do right now, and I think Redactor is about ready to do the Hive Cave check, while Humbugh is going to do Village of Outcast. Tag team Dark World. Well, we should also get a map check here to find out what other dungeons we are going to be needing today.
So DT gonna pick up the flute, and we're gonna get our first look at. Oh no, we already have our first look at Dark World. That's from Recitador. Hype Cape being checked now. Dark World map check.
We got a pendant on Thieves Town and a pendant on TR.
And 5-6 is Skull Woods. So we know everything we need to know. Art piece, 5 rupees, 20 rupees, and 20 rupees from Hype Cape. Unfortunately, that's a lot of nothing there.
So JP just getting what needed out Eastern for now. DT's going to activate the flute. We'll see what DT decides to do. Recitador is going to check Pyramid and probably Catfish.
That was Knight. Knight's dropping down. And yeah, the enemy names are really weird in this game.
JP is going to go ahead and go into the back of Escape. We find our first whole heart container on Humbugh's side.
Yeah, Recitador's been finding a few heart pieces, it looks like that. He's also on 4 health.
Mushroom in the back of Escape. Gonna see what that turns into.
We're gonna see the middle chest of Skullwoods here. DT, meanwhile, heading over to Palace of Darkness. Recitador is gonna check the Catfish, it looks like. Dark Cross has the map. Alright, Sanctuary Chest. Oh, no, sorry. That is either in the big key chest of Skull Woods. That could be an important medallion. Alright, here's our first look at Catfish. Nice blue water here in the Dark World, actually. For that palette swap. Looks kind of nice. Ah, but only a single green rupee there. Dodging the Octoballoon for DT. That's actually going to be tricky to get past if you don't get through fast, though. Bari as well. But into Palace of Darkness as DT goes. It looks like we're all synced up now. Oh, with the book, we're going to see what the pedestal is, folks. 10-0. Alright, Recitador. Gonna go ahead and get the flute online. Pod, meanwhile. A few Geldmans, I believe they're called. The enemy names in this are weird. Weird enough that I actually, no joke, had to look up their enemy names on Wiki once, and they are some strange names. Like that shadow there, that's apparently called Babusa. Which, why would you even think to call it that? Alright, Brewery Chest only having 3 bombs, it looks like. Keep her key in Palace of Darkness, so DT can relay to the JP to tell him not to waste that key. Treasure Chest minigame has the bug catching net. Could be useful with that bottle. We'll see. And we're getting our first look into Thieves Town here from Humbugh. Alright, through this room here. There's DT. Another item found. Big key to Thieves Town. Oh, DT dies on the way to I believe it's the map shows the darkness there. And that's something else we should probably have mentioned is because of the co-op nature of the siege, someone may find all the health and tell them, hey, get this if you want. And then another runner might just decide to play low percent and not get any health upgrades or any other safeties to save time. Which is a valid strat, but could also mean the death chances are fairly higher than normal. Unfortunately, being 4 feet, I missed what Humbugh just picked up in the big key chest of Thieves Town. And the boss of Thieves Town is blind himself. But no magic, and this is a very difficult fight. Now, an interesting quirk with blind being here, at least last I checked anyway, because blind is the boss of Thieves Town, you can do the vanilla strategy of bringing the mage into the room to set up quick kill, but I don't know if you would think to do that in Randomizer, especially during a race setting like this. Looks like Humbugh's got this on lockdown, though. Nice fight. Creative use of the Cadence Mari there as well. And the red pendant picked up for Humbugh. Meanwhile, in Palace of Darkness, smoking in a hard container for GT in the basement here. A couple of fire bars here as well. And a wall master. That's a rude basement. Jeez. And another key for key in Palace of Darkness again. Ah, and the boots from the mini helmets are the mini. Oh, the compass chest, I think, is what the chap was telling me. Oh, Recitador died to the sand crab. Those things are deadly enemies doing 200 damage. And Humbugh has to be careful here because one touch of those spikes and it is goodbye. And we got Tektites, we got a couple of Henoxes. Not a good room here. Pulls out Ether just in case and uses it. Yeah, Humbugh is taking no chances here, using Ether to free some enemies for safety. DT does take a death here, probably intentional to get back to the start of Palace of Darkness. Can't finish the dungeon right now. Actually, no, he could. So yeah, this is probably classic Death Warp strat then.
Alright, sorry about that. I'm back now. Anything important that I missed? I saw we found the boots.
Yep, boots were in the compass chest of Palace of Darkness. Blind is the vanilla boss in Thieves Town. Nothing else that stuck out to me though.
Well, I mean, vanilla blind is a little rough. You can't really do the script with that, but that's still perfectly fine.
Yeah, there is a little bit of a niche though with Randomizer. The maiden actually being there if it is vanilla blind. So you could set up it is
pendant Thieves Town, so I don't know if our runners are going to go out of our way to do that.
No. Especially with blind having a map, so Recitador will most likely avoid doing that. Unfortunately, another death for Humbugh at the very back, so has to climb through it again. Thieves Town is not a very easy dungeon to do on 4 hearts. As you can see, just got hit by a buzz there, and there's a red 0 or Green Zero, I think, guarding the stairs, already back down to 1 health. And the weight of Humblebzer King's arena is not much different. It has some Gyptos, some Stalfos, Bari, and Beeries. Pretty difficult old area. Gets through it though.
Yep. We'll see what the boss of Pod is. Looks like we also found Ether at some point in time. Makes some of these rooms a lot easier when you can just AoE it.
Yeah, Ether was in the back chest of Skullwoods where the big key is.
Ooh,
And Adventurous
that.
Ooh, that is.
Actually, this isn't too bad because of the spikes there. If you can bounce the main eyeball into those spikes, you're going to be doing some decent damage with that.
Yeah, it's just getting past all the other eyes.
Which DT is doing quite well. Plus, you now have 2 corners you can be safe from the eyeballs from if you need to go into the top left or top right corners.
I think they can still go up there, yeah. But
no, I mean, you're not going to be hit by the lightning.
Yeah, because the lightning travels in a cone, but at the same time, it's also fairly random. In fact, I think I heard it changes every single frame, so it's completely random. No way you can protect it.
Alright, DT had a really good time getting that little shoots the arrows from the right and finish off V. Will be first crystal dungeon done for a heart container.
Yeah, that was a very nice prize there. And looks like we didn't find anything in the back of East Town. Meanwhile, Humbugh gonna go ahead and do some intentional deaths to get back out of the dungeon.
So what's the play now? Have we explored Death Mountain yet?
I do not think we've been up there, no.
Yeah, that's still a couple checks for us right now. Preferably we want the hook shot before we can fully check it, but it does look like JP is about ready to do some fake powdering right now.
Yeah. DT, meanwhile, is going to start using those boosts to great effect moving around the overworld.
And let's see what the bat curses us with today.
Yeah. Fake powder is another one of those tricks. Basically, use the can for about magic, put some mushroom, and it insulates powder use. And hey, 10 bombs.
Curses
DT will not turn that down,
stick.
actually. I don't think DT will turn his nose up at that, actually, considering he had to use bombs for Vinny. He's only down to a single bomb now.
There's a lot of ways you can get bombs, especially with that money.
That's also true.
DT is not going to magic back this scene.
Yeah.
Now it's time to see what the mushroom actually does. And turning the mushroom today gets you 10 arrows. Okay, well, not too exciting there. We'll see if Recitador will go and face V. Looks like that's a death warp. I'm assuming we saw catfish earlier. And JP's getting those boots while catfish only gives out $1. It's a secret to everyone. Don't go there. Alright, DT, is this your trip up the mountain now? I guess we also have bonk rocks to worry about. So we'll see those.
Humbugh and JP are step for step going to get the boots that their partners have found. And I don't blame them.
Yeah, you want speed. You want speed. And if JP's confident with a low percent V fight, you'll see JP go all the way to V just to clear out this dungeon.
Yeah, there's nothing else of note in Palace of Darkness other than the boots.
Yeah, DT, you do not have Titans yet, but you do have the book. We can go into Green Pendant Desert Palace. We can see what's going on here and possibly pick up that Green Pendant. That Green Pendant is an extra item for our runners if they decide to gamble it. We have some sync on the top part of the screen between Humbugh and JP.
Couple more zeros in Desert. And as a Zach as well.
Big key. That means we get to run to the big key chest to find either an item or a small key. It's going to be an item or whatever, like a compass or a map. Man, the sync on the top side, though, has been unreal for the last
yeah, bit. It really has been. Hard piece in the big chest of Desert.
So there's one more item left in Desert. If we find on the right side here, we'll see if DT wants to gamble going against Lamos with Fighter Sword.
Have us there. Recitador, meanwhile, has relayed the information that it's a pity in the fight. And wow, right side of Desert has absolutely nothing. The Lambo fight has a boss. And
yeah, the Lambo fight is a boss, and it also has our other item in the green pin, so it'll be worth 2 items.
Now the question is it Lambo or someone else? There's only a few restrictions on the boss rule that we can note.
Any boss can be in Lambo 1, so...
Yeah, any boss can be in Lambo 1. Lambo 2 cannot be blind, which we've already seen in Blind Hideout. But again, could be a second blind out there somewhere. The Molder Arenas can actually only have 5 bosses, so they're fairly restricted on what can be shuffled there. Molder himself, the Moth, the Helpsor King, Vitreous, and Cold Stare. So we've already seen a Vitreous, as you can see here on Recitador's end. And the only restriction is Skullwoods cannot have Trinex.
Yep. Anyway, back to stuff going on. It looks like JP is going to go ahead and go down the right side of Pod to get to the boss. We have some berries and Shadow and Desert. Annoying enemies to try and clear out to get to this boss.
Alright, we're about to see what our boss is in the Lamola's Arena of Desert Palace.
Alright, so Recitador just got to the main part of Vey. We'll just, hit with a few arrows to the eye, gets the kill. And we'll tie up crystal bosses between our teams. Humbugh does take a death warp.
And the boss of Desert is a one-eyed Moldorm.
One-eyed Moldorm. I heard you get good banned on Twitch for that. Yeah, just 3 hammer hits. Moldorm outside their arenas are just easy fights.
Yeah, they can still hurt you though. So you can
50
take
rubies.
They can't let their guard completely down, but the main annoyance of the fight is non-existent outside of their arena.
I created a monster in chat. I apologize for everything. Alright, DT's gonna go check Agina. And we'll turn in that green pin to see if that green pin is worth something.
Check meanwhile.
That's only 20 bucks there. JP's going to use some ether to try and clean out that room. Nice, quick clear of that ether medallion.
Yeah, ether, one of the few things that can outright kill Gibdos. Usually just the Ice Rod, in fact, actually just straight up freezes them.
Oh, JP almost got wall mastered there.
Now it's Humbugh and JP's turn to fight the Vitreous.
So JP is using bomb strats. Green rupee is nothing DT's on time and JP, do not touch that desert. There is nothing in desert.
Nope, and we know Pet is dead too.
Yeah, so we shouldn't have to worry about TR too much then. DT's going to go ahead and do Hyrule Dungeon. We've already seen the bag escape, and Humbug takes a death. That's rough.
Not great.
JP using a blue potion.
And I think we're seeing the first time of the back of Hyrule Castle, or the escape sequence here. From
Hyrule Dungeon.
Yeah, the Hyrule Dungeon.
No, we someone did it while we were in the realm of not being live.
Ah, okay. Wasn't aware.
Yep, no, I remember seeing it while we were trying to get everyone back up. Oh, JP doing hammer strats on V. Gotta be careful, don't let that eyeball touch you, and gets the kill! DT kills the Hinox, we'll move forward, Recitador, we'll find out that they won't be able to clear Eastern, but they will still be able to find everything here. Humbug is going to do Death Mountain now. Mitts off the old man! That's a big grab for Team Forfeiters or us. It looks like JP is about ready to get those mitts as well. DT is about ready to flute to 1 any second now. You'll probably see DT flute to 1 the second JP gets that mitts. As long as, you know. Wait for it, wait for it. They're the mitts! Oh, I guess DT's not... Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the info being relayed.
Info being relayed.
Mitts on the old man. So DT was about ready to go to Dark World. Found mitts, and then in Spectral Rock, there's silvers. You know, those silvers would have been very nice against that
It would. But you know the best part is, Humbugh can now use them to clear pod. So that will make the return trip a little bit easier on him.
Man, it's like they should have checked, I don't know, the Death Mountain when they had the flute. But now they have mitts, so those mitts can get them into the Mire area. If Mire is Ether, we could be possibly seeing a trip into Ether. But we will see all of our runners grab those silvers any second now.
Yeah, so go mode here at this point in time, as far as I can tell, is Hookshot, Flippers, Mirror,
Both rods.
Fire Rot.
I mean, we shouldn't be talking about go mode right now. We're far away from go mode.
Yeah, there's quite a bit still left. We may not need the Ice Rod, though, if the Trident is vanilla.
Well, there's also a chance that, you know, Trinix can be in Lamos 2 or in Armos on Ice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just...
There is still a chance... There is a chance we can get it away with the Ice Rod, but at the same time, there's a chance we don't. Nice double kill there on Recitador's end.
Alright, we have 2 runners going into the Mire area to check Mire's shed. DT's back doing what DT was going to do originally.
Would it be funny if we found the hookshot right here on Humbugh's side?
Now, if we find the hookshot here, that... Oh, we find the flippers. Okay.
Unfortunately, Recitador died before reaching the boss. Gonna go back in.
Oh, that's rough.
Oh. He's not gonna like it when he sees who the boss is that he died to get to.
DT's going to go ahead and do the Smith chain now.
The chain I believe we have not seen yet, actually.
No, we just got the mitts. Of course we haven't seen it. We just got the mitts. Oh, Powder's on, like, Hylia's island. Hylia, however you want to pronounce it. I've heard it 3 ways.
Alright, so we'll see what the Smiths have. Meanwhile, we're going to see the first flippers happen. See fake flippers.
Well, DT fake flippered earlier. We saw some things. I don't remember what all there was. But we got hookshot off the man underneath the bridge. So that hookshot can kill us in Argus.
Yeah, that gives us the Argus kill. It gives us access to East F Mountain. Could give us a second Argus kill if that's one of the duplicated bosses.
I mean, hookshot's just important for Swamp, which is a crystal as well. Hookshot's also hard required because of Moldorm 2.
Yep. Well,
Humbugh is about ready to find hookshot as Recitador is about ready to say hi to Argus. JP is going to be able to do both Light Worlds and Dark Worlds checks. We are going to probably find 1 or 2 progression items here. I say we'll find the Fire Rod here, which will open up Ice Palace.
We're sitting here fighting for the doorway. Gets through.
Alright, so now Recitador is about ready to give the bad news. It's Argus! Hey, you know that hookshot? Yeah, you better go get it.
Paradise game email being checked by JP. We get 5 rupees and start off. Saw 3 bombs. We just we probably checked the field lower chests. I missed them. Another 3 bombs.
Oh, there's our Master Sword. Where's our Master Sword? That's fine.
So still 1 store we don't know about. They would likely not. Oh, was that a Hammerface?
Ice Rod.
Oh! Yeah, that's important. DC picking that up, of course. And yeah, we just saw it in the quick swap. He definitely has it. So yeah, we've suddenly found a lot of items suddenly. Good job Englishing me.
Time to see what the purple chest is going to be while we see Ether Tablet. Purple chest is our Fire Rod! DT finding both rods right after another. Trinex is in trouble, basically. Yeah.
Potential go mode. No, wait, we need Quake Medallion.
We need Quake. We need Mirror.
It's Quake for go mode.
We need Mirror.
Oh yeah, Mirror too. I forgot about that. I always forget 1 item.
Yeah. Calm down a bit, man. It's fine.
So yeah, Quake and Mirror for go mode. But we can kill any boss we come across at this point. Which is more important right now.
Yeah, every boss is killable right now. So right now, WJP DTV is in a very commanding position, just where they're at right now. They just need to find medallions, they need to find a mirror, which now they could just go into dungeon mode.
And it looks like we're going to be seeing an Ice Palace play from DT. Makes sense to me with that Ice Rod in hand. Oh! A rare use of this cave here, actually. The expansion cave.
Refill both bombs and arrows. It's right there. You're not going to use the rupees anyway.
Yeah, and it gets +5 in addition to their capacities. Oh, yeah. We have a vanilla Big Key in... is annoying, but...
It's a 1 in 3 shot.
JP's still picking it up. Maybe the big chest will have something. Oh, JP. Oh. Okay, JP apparently does not know Harapod then based on the movements here. Harapod, of course, being a trick that lets you basically get to the top of Power Hera. We're about to see it on Humbugh's card, I think. Yep, there we go.
So Humbugh gets the Harapod. We'll see if that will pay off for forfeitures, and it will. Okay, so Harapod saves some time. DT's doing the icebreaker trick.
And it's a cold steer up here. And JP doesn't have a face to the feet cold steer.
Yep, nope, no way to be cold steer, but that's fine though. He knows where the fire rod is and knows that's a very long path to get to the fire rod. DT finds some health in Ice Palace. Ooh, that's Chain Chomp. This is a horrible location.
Yeah, Chain Chomp's also one of the more dangerous enemies. Release the gold bee, get the normal bee. Unfortunate, Recitador. Unfortunate. First look over here on the top side, at least, I think. Get a heart container there. And looks like... The second I thought JP was about to check Turtle Rock's entrance, but no, gonna do Spiral Cave first.
Yeah, no, I mean, JP has the way to check both light and dark Death Mountain. He will definitely come back and do the dark roll checks, including TR entrance.
You are still getting a decent amount of health here, but no armor to speak of.
BMO's not being nice to DT.
Third bottle on Zora Ledge. I believe we already saw that, though.
DT's about ready to drop down to face whatever awaits DT down here, which is Armos! Silvers is going to make this a fast fight.
Yep, very fast fight. And we have yet to see a duplicate boss yet, either.
Alright, DT does get the crystal here. Brings them up to 2 crystals.
So who haven't we seen yet? We haven't seen the Lammolas. We haven't seen...
Well, we haven't seen like 7 dungeons, so just we'll get to them, man. We'll get to them.
I know. But we have seen a few of the bosses, we just haven't cleared them.
That ether does open up TR though. JP is not happy to see that. Heart container in Hookshot Cave. We're going to follow up that heart container with a red rupee and 300 rupees.
And last but not least, 3 bombs. Kind of Dutch shape there. And it is Ether to enter Turtle Rock.
Just got done saying that. Just got done saying that, man.
Hard to keep track of 4 feet, to be honest, though, so I didn't see it. This is why we have 2 trackers instead of just 1. And this is going to provide us with our first look. Oh, nope, I was mistaken. I thought we were in Skullwoods there on Recitador's end, but no, he's over in Desert. DT, though, will be checking out the Skullwoods boss. As a reminder, this is one of the restricted arenas. Trinex cannot be in the Skullwoods arena. So we'll still have a wild Trinex out there somewhere else. You know what? I kind of want a specific boss to show up here, actually. We'll see if it shows up.
Okay. So DT's going to go straight to the back, though. This is also one of our 5-6 crystals. Our other one is Tower Hera, which DT can clear as well. We'll see if DT decides to make this a Pyramid Fairy run.
Ooh, almost gets hit by the Wallmaster.
And Humbugh is going to go ahead and fully dip TR without Mirror. I'm not a fan of this dip without Mirror. No, I'm not going to lie, because Mimic Cave is a thing that could... really can't hold anything. Important, could hold Quake.
How deep of a dip do you think they're making? There's Helmasaur! And that's the boss I wanted to see!
Very rough arena for Helmasaur King.
Yeah,
and it's the Homocopter.
That's why I love this arena. I love Helmasaur in this specific arena for this very reason. Look at that tail go.
Trying out for the next Sonic remake.
The fire rod, rather, unless the keys are just right here in.
And that's down. The Helmasaur King is down.
Alright. So yeah, unless this is a small key, Humbugh cannot continue without the fire rod here into the rock. And it's the big key, so we cannot. We know the fire rods are the rods are in play though.
So JP is about ready to get the ice rod. We'll finish off the smith chain to get the fire rod. I'm going to say DT goes to Hera to get the other 5-6 crystal just to see what's in Pyramid Fairy. I think that's the play now from DT.
Makes sense. That is another 2 items. We'll also see if there's any item behind Argus here in Eastern Palace. I completely forgot if we are on 2 or 3 items here. It has been a bit.
So JP now with the fire rod. Throws the sign at the lockpick. Looks like JP's plan now is to kill Argus.
It's funny that he lifted that sign too, because if you lift that sign before trying to chest, the thief will actually start following you for no reason, because other than you messed up my sign. I'm gonna follow you now. We have JP also into Eastern. Look at that, our runners are room for room next to each other on different parallels.
Yep. I mean, we're running out of checks we could possibly do, which is why I think DT's about ready to do a Hera pot to go straight to Cold Stare.
Yeah, at this point, I think the only things left are the bosses we haven't killed yet, which is the Argus at Eastern and the Cold Stare at Hera, or it's the 5-6 crystals. I think everything else has been checked. And it looks like there was nothing on the Ether tablet.
Nope, we've known that for a while. It's just a piece of heart. Yeah, no, our runners aren't going to go into TR anytime soon. I mean, Humbugh might go back there if they find the rods.
It is possible that Turtle Rock has progression because we know the rods are available as of the Titans event. But at the same time, it's pendant TR. Do you really want to go into pendant TR? And it's safe to say that the answer is no. DT has to be a little careful here.
DT's trying to get the beam swords, does get the beam slashes to work. Now this is a rough fight against the ice cubes.
Yeah, this arena is one of the more annoying arenas because, well, Boulder Release has to be directly in contact with you in order to knock you down. Boulder doesn't even have to touch you with those ice pellet shots. And Coaster also does a lot of damage, so you can just straight up die and lose all your progress that way as well.
Oh, none of the eyes are dead yet. DT's playing it real close. There's one eye. That's one eye down. That's all the eyes down. Just dodge the ice cubes. Dodge the ice cube and get yourself 300 rupees and the second 5/6 crystal.
Whew. Very close fight there from DT, but pulls it out. Well done.
JP's doing some double spin strats here on Argus. And DT's probably going to go straight into Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, if it's not Pyramid Fairy and it's not Argus, it is Turtle Rock. And WJP is in the position to actually do Turtle Rock with both rods in possession. Once over arrow.
No, actually, DT's going to go ahead and go into TR with this whole layout. Okay. The mirror is Argus! We are now a quake away from go mode.
Mirror.
How funny is the mirror on Argus?
Mirror on Argus is actually not that good. Because we had it pretty linearly locked to, oh, it's in a dungeon. But now we have a few extra overworld spots to open up. Bombos, Graveyard Ledge, Cave 45, any of those can take you in addition to Turtle Rock. In
addition to another crystal dungeon we have to clear, Swamp House.
Yeah, so...
I mean, quick would be in Swamp House and we were in go mode.
Yeah, if it was Quake first, all that opened up was 2 items in Misery Mire. This just opens up the entire map, so...
Not really, but...
Well, it opens up a lot more checks, is more of my point. Cave Salva Grove is a heart piece.
And there's only one other mirror check, aside from Checkerboard Cave.
There's 2 still.
What's the other one?
Oh, if they haven't done Graveyard Ledge yet, then it's on the bump with that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Graveyard's Ledge and Checkerboard Caves are the only other 2 checks for the mirror.
I just also said Bombos Tablet.
Oh, yeah.
You need the mirror to reach the Bombos Tablet. And speaking of Bombos Tablet, we're about to go see it right now. Is this our Quake Medallion? Or is it deeper in Turtle Rock?
Nope.
Nope, just some extra explosives from the fireworks show. That is the Bombos Tablet.
More likely, JP is also going to be running into Swamp Palace. I mean, you're here. You have the means to check everything there. Checkerboard Cave was nothing.
So, it's either your Graveyard Ledge, Swamp, or Turtle Rock, and I'm actually kind of hoping it's Swamp.
DT takes an unfortunate death.
Yep. Fairly early in Turtle Rock, though, so not that much of an issue.
DT also has a dungeon lead right now, so DT's basically just doing TR to let JP kind of catch up. Recitador is about to recheck Graveyard Ledge.
And we have 2 runners in Swamp right now. I did miss this first chest from JP. Or from Humbugh. So JP finds the map. And Graveyard Ledge has a shield. So not quite there yet. Alright, we're gonna get some new checks here on 2 different feeds here. Big key in Swamp Palace. About to check the big key. And the big key chest.
Looks like Humbugh is going to substitute left side. No dive down for Humbugh.
Makes sense to full clear if you're looking for one item.
I mean, you full clear so your teammate doesn't have to.
Yeah. Also, in addition, they found the map of the first chest, so they know there's one item on the left side. And when there's so many items away from go mode, at least as far as our perspective, we know we're one item away.
Well, Humbugh and Recitador are still looking for 3 items, as pointed out by one of our awesome trackers. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're an hour in. Let's talk about give these runners a follow. They've been putting on a great show for you so far. Still pretty close. You know, it still is anyone's game.
There's the ice rod. For Recitador now. They know it.
Yep.
But yeah.
Don't forget to shout out to our awesome trackers, Ikir and...
Alright, you're going to see a diver down from JP here.
Mindful Beats. Thank you so much for tracking us, helping us out today. There's our Quake. That's a go mode for WJPDTB. Quake and the Turtle Rock Big Chest. Now, DT is probably going to go ahead and run straight into Meyer to find out what the big key is, to beat Meyer. And then JP is going to just basically tell DT, don't worry about chests on your way to Argus.
Yeah, so what I was saying before is that from our perspective, you don't leave a single item behind in Swamp House if you can help it. Because we were, at the time, one item away from go mode. But now we know where Quake is, so that's a moot point.
But in the perspective of Humbugh and Recitador, you're looking for 3 items, and they're about ready to find 2 of them in the Smith chain.
Yeah, and Swamp House required the Ice Rod and Fire Rod anyway, because it's Trinex. And yeah, they knew the map was in the first chest, so they knew there was at least one item on the left side. So, smart play to go over there regardless.
Alright. JP very skillfully gets the Elementor heads off of the Trinex. Is now going to face the main snake of it.
3, 4, and 5. There we go.
Yeah, you're going more than likely see both DT and JP just breeze through dungeons now.
And there's the Fire Rod for Recitador. And once again, Forfeiters or us are going to realize they needed those items a little bit sooner rather than later. Humbugh's about to realize there's a Trinex at the end of Swamp.
So, JP is... Where is JP going? Picking up the... Yeah, JP's picking up the magic powder. Can't have too much safety. Humbugh gets the bad news. Recitador, though, like, hey, I have all that. I can go ahead and do that.
DT gonna have to get through this gauntlet here, but thankfully with the Master Sword and Silver Arrows, it's pretty straightforward here to getting past this gauntlet before the Argus fight.
Yeah, DT still has to do Misery Mire and Swamp. More likely, we'll see DT do Mire first, just to give JP the knowledge on where the big key is. One of the members of WJP DTB's in chat already announcing their plans for Game 2, which is going to be right after this one.
That's right. At SpeedGaming 4 or at 410, we here on SpeedGaming 410 we will have the second match between these two teams here, and we've got a lot more matches across the day here. Yeah, with that mirror pickup, WGP is in a full go mode for both team members.
There's no such thing as full go mode. Like once you're in go mode, you're in go mode. There's no halfy go mode. There's no quarter go mode.
DT didn't have the mirror yet.
But it doesn't matter. If you know how to get to the end of the game, you're in go mode.
Wouldn't that still be no mode though?
No. No mode is when the viewers know how to get to the end of the game.
I've had this discussion so many times. Whatever. Let's move on. DT about to enter Misery Mire here.
Gets a little shocker. The start of this, we got some whiz orbs.
Yeah, we got a buzz pop, some whiz robes. And a lot of guards already in the second room of Mire. And a couple of Ropas as well. The red guards are the worst because they're super aggressive. And a Hinox for good measure. He's gonna pop that with a silver arrow. Nice full magic drop from it though.
JP's about ready to fight Armos. As Recitador is now fighting Trinix.
There's the fire up for humbugh. Still looking for the big key here in Misery Mire. And we still haven't seen a duplicate boss yet.
I mean, we're not going to see any difficult boss fights. I mean, that Cold Stare were probably going to be the hardest fight in the seed.
I said duplicate, not difficult. I might have slurred my letters there a little bit. Anyway, but yeah, the only boss we haven't seen, I think, is Mopula. Right?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably... We haven't seen Lamos yet, either.
Ah, yeah. Unless there is a Mopula in Mire or Turtle Rock, we are gonna be seeing one in the Lamo 2 arena. Or the Molder 2 arena, rather.
DT found the big key and is going straight to the back of Mire.
Yep, makes sense to me.
JP is about ready to go to the big chest of TR to get their Quake medallion.
Recitador finishing off, I believe that was Swamp Palace. Can't tell because the palette swaps.
It's Swamp Palace. He just killed Trinix.
Yeah, I couldn't tell because of the palette swaps. Like, my brain forgot what dungeon he was in because of it. Ooh, kind of a difficult room to get through with the ball and chain guard right there for DT. Recitador picking up the magic powder.
Oh, it's safety. You definitely want safeties, especially in GT. You never know how rough that's going to be.
Yeah, and Forbiders are still not in a go mode because they don't know where Quake is, so...
Humbugh got as far as they could into GT without Fire Rod, and, you know, they may not go back there.
Yeah, Turtle Rock. Not an easy place to navigate. Oh, geez, there's just a chain chomp right there guarding the right side. And we have Lambolas here in Mystery Mire.
GT's doing some silver stride on them. Then all GT has to do is just run to Trinex and Swamp Palace, and we'll be running to GT.
Yeah. So yeah, we have to run into Turtle Rock, and then there you're gonna go, and pretty much guaranteed that we have 2 duplicate bosses in GT now.
Yep. We possibly have we could possibly have 3 at this point. So how this is going to go through, DT is going to do Swamp Palace. We will do the Gainstar Big Key game. JP is going to get the Quake, do Mire, do Skull Woods, then do Hera before GT. So basically they get out of Hera and then boom, they're in GT.
Yeah, but I think GT will be the first one into
clear,
GT.
yes.
Don't need any keys or anything like that. We can just go straight to the back. Straight to Trinex. They would ideally like another
there's one key you need. There's one key you need.
What key do we need in... Oh, that's the first key. That doesn't count. You always pick that out, because you have to enter the dungeon regardless. Anyway. Great, now I lost my train of thought.
Alright, JP's about ready to get the Quake.
Humbugh and Recitador, meanwhile, checking Skull Woods and Ice Palace, respectively. What's the boss of Skull Woods again?
It is the Helicopter.
Oh, right! How quickly I
which we get to see in a palette swap. So now we have the golden Helicopter.
This is one of the most ridiculous things that you'll ever see in Randomizer. Now I remember what I was gonna say. I wonder if the WJP will still check a few chests here and there on their way. Well, GT not including, of course.
No. I mean, they're comfortable with Master Sword Ganons, so you'll probably not see any chests being opened.
Yeah, but Temper would make the fight a little bit faster. And of course, more importantly, to my point, armor would actually probably be appreciated as well, because we're still on Greendale this entire time. I would very much like to take 8 hearts of damage on the pig, thanks. If I can help it.
Well, just don't get hit. Speaking of getting hit, Recitador is just getting knocked around by Helmetstar King right now. Missing another silver and taking a death.
Oh man, that does not feel good. And there is the final boss before GT E4 DT here. Nice use of powder there from JP, getting some more health. Recitador checking the pedestal to make sure that the Quake's not there.
Alright, the elemental hits are down. Time to fight the main snake of Trinex here for DT.
Yep. 5 hits, the head is vulnerable until the body section starts glowing.
Nice.
And there we go.
So what we gotta do now is to beat the pig, and to get to the pig, we have to find the Gaines Tower big key. There's 22 locations in the Gaines Tower area, chess. Well, I messed up. Anyway, get your guesses between 1 and 22 in chat right now. The second DT enters GT, we will end the game.
What's it gonna be, Kuchiri?
I always say 5. That's my number. We got some -3s in chats with 3s.
You know what? I'm gonna go with 12.
Okie dokie. Winners of the guessing game will get points that goes onto our GT leaderboard. Just some fake awards. There. Oh, DT's just getting knocked around by that fire bat. There we go. Now it gets the goose. We'll buy some blue potions.
Yep, and we will be following the first runner in the count throughout, even if there are multiple runners in GT as a feature.
No, I actually think DT is just going to finish about 5 to 10 minutes ahead of everyone else, so we don't have anything to worry about there.
Yeah.
DT has, routed this pretty decently. JP still has to get to the mile, knows where the big key is, so no issues there.
And here's some clever use of Quake Medallion, turning all these enemies into the slime enemies. I believe they are I'm not sure. Or the enemy bio might not be maybe different on those ones. But anyway, you notice it didn't affect the Ropa enemy there, because that's because the enemy was jumping, and the Quake actually is smart enough to tell if an enemy is in midair or not.
I wonder why. It's an earthquake attack.
Well, yeah, but you would expect.
We've all played Pokemon.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting to know that the game actually has states, enemy states, to tell if it's in midair or not to be immune to Quake.
Alright. Guesses are almost wrapping up here. Got about 30 seconds to get your final guesses in. And stop the game right there. Alright, looks like DT is going to go right to Hope Room for chests 1 and 2.
And let's see what we got here.
16 points will be awarded to the winner of this. Number 1 is a small key, followed by number 2, which is going to be another small key, and we're going left.
The check will be the torch. It will still count even if we see it and not pick it up. And it is just a hard piece.
So that's 4. Moving on left, Recitador used about a dozen arrows to finally take down Hellstar King. Gets the kill there.
4. I think you meant 3 there, because we're about to see check 4, 5.
No, I said 12 arrows. I said 12 arrows. Did you not listen? He just killed Hellstar in the bottom left.
I thought you said 4. Anyway,
No.
check number 4 was 3 bombs.
5 is the heart container. So
a safeguard, actually. Got the full restore there. Chest 6 is the small key. Chest 7 is bombos. That's where it was.
Okie dokie. Next up is the fireball room for 8. I didn't say 4 for 3. I wasn't even talking about the torch. I was talking about the Hellstar King fight.
That's an interesting enemy placement. 3 bombs there for chest number 8. Hi there, Vivos. Just gonna steal the side of it underneath your feet. Don't mind us.
That was the most awkward room ever. 9's coming up next.
Alright. Chest number 9.
Oh, hey,
Armor.
there, man.
I can turn my nose up at that. Alright. Random room. 10, 11, 12, and 13. Half magic. 3 bombs. 3 more bombs. And get 4 bombs.
Now that area blue.
I'm with slow cat, but I don't want to pick that up on the mic. Anyway, chest number 14 coming out will be Bob's chest. And if you're wondering who Bob is, you'll see him. He's a loving community mascot of sorts.
We picked up the
actually, no, wait, we may not.
We picked up the piece of heart.
Also, I forgot that he's been turned into a firebar because of Randomizer. Whoops. 14 is a hard piece.
There's our second Argus and our first Supercut boss. Argus on ice is not fun.
Still haven't seen him off yet. Humbugh and Recitador are just doing whatever they can here. Need to get to Turtle Rock rather to pick up the big key chest.
Yeah, so here goes JP. He's going to...
The door opened. Didn't have to kill phase 2.
Yep, because Argus was going to fly up in the air, so... Yeah. Alright, so it's on the right side, or in Tyler room.
And JP knows to only go left for armor.
I don't think JP's
Oh,
going
but
to
wait, he still needs to do Hera first. I missed that.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you do Hera, just so the second you finish Hera, you're walking right into GT. And Humbugh is down to 2 eyes left on Cold Stare. Looks like Recitador. Yeah, Recitador is actually just going to do doesn't know Icebreaker. There's our big key. That's
big key.
That was chess 19 or 18.
18.
18.
Yeah.
And Seriously Gaming guessed correctly and got 16 points. That's a fun Mimic 1 room.
Yeah, 3 Zazax and a Gibo. And 3 more Zazax, and looks like, yeah, Babusa.
Alright, DT gets through those rooms very well.
Yep, we are climbing up.
Looks like Humbugh is going to return into GT here soon.
Whoa!
That was a Beamos beam. It was a glitchy
strange.
Beamos beam, but...
That looked really weird.
the Beamo was like underneath the floor, so... Oh no! JP fell to Cold Stare and went down the wrong hole, so it was like a trippy, psychedelic fall.
Yeah, that does happen with Cold Stare Falls at Moldrum 1. DT, meanwhile, pressing good into the gauntlet. More Babusas in his way.
Humbugh is about ready to find the Quake, and will put Forcers R Us into go mode about 25 minutes behind WJP DTV.
Mini Bulbasaur, Mini Moldform, and a couple of Baris, which split into Beerus.
JP's on try 2 with Cold Stare. Or technically try 3 because JP was the one that found Cold Stare originally. Breaks them apart. Is going to do Hammer Strats.
Alright, so... Blind cannot be here. It is a second Armos Knights.
Alright, Silver Arrows nicely will clean this up. So that's 2 duplicates. So far.
So either Mothula is going to be in the Moldworm 2 arena, or it's in Turtle Rock, and we have a duplicate boss in...
Or it's
Moldworm
both.
2.
The Mothra's at both, and we just will never see the one TR.
That is also true, yes. There can only be 5 more bosses we have left to fight. Cold Stare, Vitreous, another Moldworm, the Moth, and another Helmosaur King. We have yet to see a Moth.
And JP's now going to go into GT. We'll see if JP decides to get the blue mail or just go straight right to get their big key and move on. DT did find magic, half magic on the way through, so JP might also want to grab that half magic. DT's now at the top of the tower. Those spike traps are stuck. Or check the chest up here, hoping for a tempered sword. Oh, get a Cannon Burner.
Cannon Burner, yeah. Doesn't need to kill the enemies there for the key.
Oh, we're going to see Mimicate here soon. Random at the very top.
Both armors in GT, and we have the Moth.
Are you happy? You've been wanting to see this guy for a while.
Yeah, the Moth's not that bad, actually. 4 hammer swings will kill it. Only has about as much help as his Helmosaur King, actually. Is there a tile missing on the ground there?
That became one of the spikes. You know how Moth pushes spikes around? It still tries to do that in other arenas.
Huh. Interesting.
Don't forget, right after this, we do have the next race between these 2 teams. So don't go too far away. Looks like JP just is going to get that big key and move on up. While DT's on Aga 2. Everyone has a little glitch beneath them. Gets a nice triple. Triple single.
And there we go. GT has defeated Aga 2, and now it's time to fight the pig. Master Sword and Silvers in hand. This will be 12 spin attacks per phase. Splashes do not work against Ganon with the Master Sword. And then afterwards, 4 more spin attacks to advance phase 3, and then we are into the Darkness technique, which is phase 4. Keep the torches lit, a spin attack to stun Ganon, and then 4 silver arrows will win this fight for GT. Also of note, we should mention this, is that these co-op races are timed by average time. So just because DT crossed the finish line does not necessarily mean that this is a lock for his team until BrewersFan crosses the finish line.
Alright, so DT's spinning around. While Ganon is close to the wall, you can get some double spins in. JP is now climbing on up the tower. Now, this was a very, late safety seed. We didn't have hearts for the longest time, males and half magic in GT. There's a sword that's on Lumberjack Ledge.
DT getting some nice double spins here. Those will count for 2 hits to advance the phase along. Should be out of phase 2 at this point. Yep, no Trident. He's done. Oh, but gets a Fire Bat.
It's fine. He hits it twice. Fire Bats do only 2 hearts of damage. So it's not as bad as actually touching Ganon himself.
Yeah. Yeah, with the red mail, that would be 4 hearts of damage, touch Ganon. And if you only had green mail, it would be a whopping 8 heart. The highest damage in the game.
All right, 1 silver arrow. We're going to see if we can get a triple here. That's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 3. Get your GGs in chat for DT.
That is a well done fight there. Nice triple to round things off. We'll get you the official time here in just a moment here, folks. And that is GG crossing finish line in 1 hour, 29 minutes, 19 seconds.
Yep, that's a really good time. It's now up to JP to finish before either Humbug or Recitador, which right now, considering JP is in GT and Humbug has 3 crystals left, and Recitador is on fight 2 or 3 in a row for Cold Stare. This is still JP's race to lose right now.
Yeah, and because JP, and if JP finishes before either member of Forfeiters R Us finishes, by default their average time, just from pure math, is just going to be better than whatever average time Forfeiters R Us can put up. So the winners will automatically be DT and JP, and that's a result of that. But it's not a lock just yet. We have to wait for it to be official. We are joined in the meantime, though, by DT as we see JP wrapping up here. GG's to your race, DT.
Hey, GG's. Figured I would hop in quick. I don't know if any of the other 3 are because of are planning to, just because their next race is supposed to start fairly soon, and I'm not racing,
right.
So hi.
That's right. With the second match coming up just after this one, you are not racing, but Humbug and Recitador are both racing that next race. And in place of you, DT, will be Willard J. Bradley, your 3rd teammate, racing this week.
Correct. So that was a tough seed with a 3rd sword that was forever out of reach, 2 males and half magic in GT.
Yeah, we never found the 4th sword, which we can only assume is in the back on Laser Bridge. Because we didn't go that far.
Tile room? I mean, like, there's not a lot of the game we didn't see.
Pyramid Fairy could be a vanilla. It could have been a Primera vanilla gold sword. It could have been. But this was a great seed. As JP forgets to light that 1 torch. But yeah, no. So honestly, this was just a crazy seed. Both you and JP and the other team, every time you guys found an item, the other teammate found the boss that needs that item. I know you were talking about that in the race time chat, but that happened to Humbug and Recitador like 5 times. Happened to you guys like 3 times.
Yeah, it seemed to be a common thread. I'm just watching this back right now. I'm loving the glitched sprites on JP's end. I don't know what bomb he just threw at that wall.
It's a shrapnel bomb. Couldn't you tell?
I couldn't. That's why I asked. I guess. Yeah, I honestly, I don't have a heck of a lot to say about this. I'm happy with how we routed, though, even though it kind of felt like mitts were late. Dipping in front of Escape and going through Desert seemed to make sense, rather than going up the mountain just for Old Man and Spectacle, which of course wound up being really helpful. But
yeah, Silvers and mitts.
Like, mitts immediately didn't open much until we got Hookshot, and then like Hookshot didn't lead toward any real progression. Like, there wasn't the sword in Paradox Cave was great, but that, I don't know, nothing really got opened up from those.
All right, JP is going to the Agate 2 fight. It doesn't look like Recitador or Humbug is going to be able to catch up here, which is rough. So who's racing next? I know JP and Willard is. Do you know who's racing for Forfeiters?
It's the same 2.
Same 2? Awesome.
I mentioned that earlier, but yeah.
So,
and there we go, Agate 2 down for JP.
So with this win, does that lock you into top 2, or do you need to win the next one?
I actually don't have a clue. I haven't been paying too much attention to like how all the tiebreakers and anything else work. I just know at this point that even as of last week, we have a playoff spot. So
yeah. I know if you win both, you guys can get first place if the other 2 teams get at least 1 loss, but
there's a chance. It's really cool to see that the top 3 could still shuffle around even with 2 days left in the regular season.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the only it looks like only one division had one clear winner in it. That went basically 14-0. But yeah, all the rest, it was everyone's game throughout the whole season, which is what Fear Agent and the rest of the admins wanted for this season. A league where anyone can win it all. Your teammate Willard, because Shaq Tool 2-0'd you, you guys lose the tiebreaker, so they need to lose both for you guys to get first. But regardless, I mean, still top 2-ish, hopefully. Anything else you want to plug or talk about while we commentate JP going through Ganon?
I don't really have anything else. Just good luck to everyone in the next race. I'm looking forward to sitting here for the next 2 hours and watching it.
Indeed. As a reminder, folks, this next race will be Game 4, so stay tuned. And there are a couple other races in progress, though. We have I Like Big Boost versus Last Locationer, Broken, and Goon versus Zero Rush and Illis. That is over on SpeedGaming 3. We also have a race that also started at 310. 2 Pro, 2 Furious versus Spoilers. Scary Off on Trinet X versus JD Force and Dr. Mario. Hope I read the schedule right there. That's happening over at SpeedGaming 5. And yeah, that's all the races that are going on right now. We do have a match is planned later. We have one at 10 o'clock, which is actually the other league that what match to look out for. Shackle's Digging Game versus Old Swag Axon. It is going to be happening over on Speed Gaming 5. Ataka, Magnificent, Adster, and Kern all taking part in that race. So, yeah, a lot of good races here, and there's still a couple more throughout the day.
All right, JP's on the last set of Phase 3, gets the last hit. We'll see if JP has a nice Phase 4, like how DT did. I'd like to say GG again to DT, and good luck to his team next in the next game.
Thanks so much. Thanks for commentary, guys.
Awesome, awesome. All right. 2 more arrows, and that would be it for JP.
Yeah,
one more arrow.
Yeah, Ganon unfortunately not cooperating. Couldn't get any doubles, but misses the last shot. Oh.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, once you have silvers, Ganon is not that big of a hassle.
Yeah.
And get your GGs in chat for Team WJPDTV.
Yes. Also, note, only had 2 silver arrows, and if he missed both of those remaining shots, you'd have to do like 6 spin attacks for missing silver arrow. It's not an easy fight with that. But anyway, there we go. Official race time for BrewersFanJP 1:36:56.
All right. It doesn't look like we're going to get any more interviews. Both Humbugh and Recitador did end up forfeiting. And I think that's about ready to wrap up for us. So in about 20 minutes, we're going to have Game 2. Philion, and Ninban's going to call that one. So thanks for hanging out with me, Warflink, and we'll see how Willards and Co. do next time.
Yep. So once again, folks, make sure to follow all 4 of our runners here. They put on an excellent race for us today. Also, make sure to follow SpeedGaming 226 so you don't miss any racing action, not just the Elite Best Randomizer League. Also, shoutouts to our trackers, Acure and Mindful Beast. They put on an excellent job tracking. They're going to be taking a break. Captain 1977 and Yoinkers will be our trackers in the next race. And of course, make sure to follow Kuchiri, my co-commentator as well. But with that all being said and done, folks, from all of us here, Elite Best Randomizer League, I've been Wolflink Series. Net game. Race 2 between these two is going to be happening in a few minutes, but we shall see you all next time here in the commentary booth. Later, folks.
I made the Triforce booth all and get your hype in chat for Game 2 of this.
Well, good afternoon again, SG4, and welcome to the second in the doubleheader. On the right, Team WJPDTB, JP and Willard. On the left, Forfeiters are us, Humbugh and Recitador in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Randomizer Info Share Co-op defeat Ganon. Right team won the last match quite handily, is my understanding. And Inban, is this right? They've already got a spot in the playoffs? They are just playing for position now?
You're asking me the hard questions, man. I actually don't know. I have to check. Let's be honest.
Right. Well, we got rid of Inban, so now that that's taken care of, what?
I can confirm they have the play. They are in the playoffs.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yes. Forfeiters are not in the playoffs. They actually at the second before last position with 15 points. I don't know if the actual score of the WJPDTB team is already calculated for their game, but they're already in the playoffs.
It's not that hard, guys. You've had there we go. We've had 7 weeks to work it out. I wouldn't worry about it at this point. No, it's Randomizer. It's co-op info share. That means we have no idea what enemy is going to be anywhere, including all potentially 10 bosses that we might see.
Yep. So there are a couple technical restrictions on what the bosses can be. But just to be generic, they can be anywhere. You can find almost any boss in any arena. And yeah.
I think the important thing to remember is that we can find the Helmasaur King in the Mothula room, and that's the most entertaining boss fight.
Yeah. It's a really fun one. I guess we'll just check if we get it. If we get it, well, we have to enjoy it. And yeah.
Beyond that, of course, one of the notable things about Randomizer is that way that bow isn't really required for a lot of your dungeons anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, we're off.
And now we're starting.
So Recitador headed south, Humbugh headed north, doing the early Houlihan.
Oh man, going south is pretty dangerous. With all those spikes and horrors. Looks like both teams have one of their members doing Houlihan. This is interesting.
That's pretty standard or not too weird. We do see a divergence on the diagonal. Recitador trying to go south to farm bombs and taking a nasty death from, I think, something under a bush. GP trying desperately to kill some enemy for a tree pull, but only finding a Hinox.
Yeah, Hinox take a while to kill.
Good news is both Willard and Humbugh managed the Houlihan just fine. It's consistent if you know what you're doing. And GP does get bombs in the uncle spot. That'll work out really nicely.
Hey, there's a line around Link's house, so Link's
And
house.
by the lake.
Yeah, Link's house is pretty badly situated. Has a lot of tough enemies. Oh, and Humbugh is trying to kill the Hinox as well.
Oh gosh.
Where he gave up like GP.
If you ask me my 3 favorite things about Randomizer Week, it's that dark rooms are terrifying. The runners have very little health for some hard-hitting enemies, and sometimes you just walk into a room and a Lionel sits on you and you die.
It seems everyone's going in different areas already.
Gosh, runners, there are 4 of you. It's a lot to keep track of. We need you to stick together so that we can actually follow what's going on.
Besides, there's a green pendant in Skullwood that Willard got the information for, and he also got a sword, so yeah, that's... and a glove.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Fantastic find from Willard here. Having a sword is pretty much very important in this randomizer, but in Randomizer, having a sword is very important because it just helps a lot getting rid of the enemies.
Hey, you know what else really helps to deal with the enemies, Ninban?
I don't know. Tell me.
Is it the hook shot that Recitador just found at Race Game?
Oh, that would be very helpful.
Yeah. In any speed run of most games, you're not actually looking to kill the enemies, of course. You just want to get by them. Sword will swat them out of the way, but the real power of the hook shot is just to stun things. Ooh, and the back of the tavern has a heart container. That'll be a nice pickup for all 4 runners.
Yep. And there's a fish in the village that Recitador is going to bring to the bottle vendor. I wonder why. Do you know why, Farion, he brings it there?
Yeah, because he gets a whole horde of stuff. God, Ninban,
Yeah.
Didn't you read Nintendo Power back in the day?
I actually knew. I just wanted to be a good commentator.
I appreciate that, because I didn't read Nintendo Power back in the day. A big 300 in the chicken hut. It's going to put these runners pretty close to Zora money if they don't have it already.
Yeah. Looks like everyone's converging towards Kakariko. JP going for the pedestal, it looks like.
Hey, when you have book.
Yep.
Where did he get that book?
Anyway, Willard is in Easton.
I really like that the two runners in Kakariko right now are on the same team. Oh, and there was book in the back of Blind's hut, which explains
Nice.
how JP grabbed it. Willard is done with Eastern Palace at this point, not wanting to mess around in the dark with 4 hearts.
That's totally understandable. I only found a powder for going there, though.
Oh, and Moon Pearl was in the well, so that is 2/3 of our Dark World
Yes.
puzzle.
There was a lot of interesting stuff in there, the fire hut as well. And there was a mirror also in the forest that we didn't take note of. So, good stuff, but no Darkhold access yet. I think Darkhold access is really when we are going to see the teams diverge in the paths.
Yeah. Great find in the dam for Willard. Getting the ice rod there. It gives you so much peace of mind in this week when suddenly you're just not afraid of walking into a room and finding a Trinex.
Yeah, it's actually very good because you can be in go mode for like maybe 20 minutes to a half an hour, and then you enter GT, and while you're climbing GT, you say hello to Trinex and you don't have the ice hod yet. And it's like, oh well. Okay, so all those chests we missed, maybe we have to go back and check them.
Yeah, it's like having no boots and then seeing the GT big key on the torch, except more likely to happen.
And you already climbed half of Gauntlet.
Yeah,
That you will have to climb again.
half of Randomizer Gauntlet.
Yeah. So it looks like this version of Animal Dome Cave is the one I hate the most. When it's all those, I don't know what to call them. Those hide and seek enemies.
I have called them Dust Bunnies.
Dust bunnies? Yeah, that's
I've called
good.
them names I can't repeat on air.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's really a bad cave because it's a kill room, so you have to kill everyone, and they're just hiding, and you have to kill them. At least we have a sword at this point. We all found a sword for his team, and he'll probably tell JP to get the sword before going there. And Humbo is about to find his sword as well.
Also, hey, boots.
Also, they have the hookshot. And boots very fun.
And Philion is
dangerous.
informing me that the name of that enemy is Babasu.
Babasu?
Babasu.
Nice. Babasu. But you know what is dangerous when you have not sword, boots?
Dashing into a Lionel?
Dashing into a Lionel. That's the number one thing you must be careful of.
Yeah, I've said in the past that one of my favorite things about the info share weeks is not just how well you can tell your partner what good items are where, but also how well you can communicate the little stuff, like watch out when you're going into this room. You're going to see a Lionel, you're going to see a spike trap. Be ready for that. I think having Lionels in the overworld like this is a really good example of that kind of knowledge you can share.
Yes, it also makes me think back of the race I did yesterday. Well, I was not prepared for Vanilla Landmolas in GT, and I just did not. I wasn't prepared to do the one cycle. Like I just wasn't physically prepared for that. But I told my partner, so he knew in advance it was gonna be Vanilla Landmolas, and he just one cycled it.
Yeah.
So you know all those little things. They're good. And I'm sure these teams also tell each other, okay, here's which boss it is. So the other just remembers, and they mentally, physically prepare for that. They're already on the right items and all. So.
Yeah. So Willard has done some impressive water walking, always a little harrowing and lag-filled in this mode, in Zora's Domain. Didn't find anything too special except for Quake at the Waterfall Ferry.
Recitador tried to do the water walk as well, but he went too close to the hole and fell down, unfortunately. And he died.
And it looks like he is not going to be returning at this point. It's one of those ones you just take the death and go, well, hope that wasn't important. We'll have to worry about it later. And it should be fine for him in this case.
I think it's fine. It's not in logic because they don't have the flippers. And water walking is just in general more dangerous in Randomizer, so it's not really a big deal. But that also hurts because I think he just wants to go back there and get his sword.
That's right, the sword is right beyond that fireball.
Yeah. JP and humbugh at the same place, they will be able to get their boots. The seed isn't giving them a lot of hearts. The most they have right now is 5 from Willard and humbugh. And that's not a lot, still considering all the checks they did.
Well, yeah, and considering the Lionel's running about in the overworld, it's a little dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay. JP going in the new direction, following the progression. He's headed to Desert, which is a dungeon he can actually very possibly beat for a crystal at this point.
He doesn't have the... He doesn't have... Okay, he has the fire rod.
He's got the fire rod.
Yeah, he's got the fire rod. I was looking at Willard's striker, I don't know why. And he just got the fire rod, so...
But, yeah, this will be, I think, a smart early dive. At the very least, you get 1 item. You probably get 2 items out of this check. And,
yeah, he has the boots too, so...
And you get a crystal as long as you can beat the boss, which... I guess we have the gear to beat every boss in the game at this point. It's just not always a fun fight.
Yep.
Actually, we can't beat Trinex, can we?
We would need more magic or the hammer for it to be logically. I think you can beat it if you're like very, very tight in your execution and use some small tricks, but I just don't recommend it.
No. And Humbugh's heroes also.
Yep, meanwhile, Recitador's doing the escape. So this is good. It's good, everyone's doing different stuff. Oh, well, the Zoe are going in Desert. At least he did Agina. Oh, no, not Agina. I thought it was Agina.
No.
Hey, this is Saturday.
That's the forest, you can tell, because it's green. The desert's not so green, except for the green parts.
Like the green floor?
Darn it. Ooh, and there's a Master Sword.
Ooh.
In Desert Palace.
If they find a lamp. I hope they find a lamp.
I was going to say I don't like it, but actually I do like Randomizer Ega Tower.
Yeah, this is an advisor. Finding a lamp would be very exciting. 5 hearts, again in Tower. Lots of kill homes. Yeah. Oof. Ooh. That was a bad bomber enemy.
It was. Left-hand Forfeiters are us team taking a lot of unfortunate early deaths here.
Yeah.
This is quickly going to become unsustainable for them.
Well, you know, the humbugh had a good strat, trying to use the pot to kill it, but The enemy was just faster.
Those things are so aggressive, so powerful. Generally, the game doesn't even expect you to kill them. It expects you to just be annoyed by them.
Yeah. And just for a map.
And Recitador, trying to get to Dark Cross, takes a death after he encountered a dead rock in technically a dark room in the basement.
That hurts.
It's in logic. We've got the fire rod. It's just, it's rough.
He's not trying again.
He might take a run at it.
He will go from the
I like
back.
that. I like that.
It's a good idea. I think we'll get to see our first boss now. JP will be the first in the desert boss, and Humbugh will follow him.
I mean, the Randomizer is doubly rude with dead rocks. First of all, you get dead rocks in other rooms. Ooh, humbugh getting bopped by a mini Moldorm there. First, you know, you have to deal with dead rocks in other rooms. Then you get to the mountain, and the dead rocks have been replaced sometimes by stationary enemies who you need to get out of the way somehow else. It's a bad time.
Mm-hmm. And we have Motsula in as the desert's boss, which is an easy boss when it doesn't have the spikes, but you must be careful not to get hit.
Okay, that's...
Oh!
Whew!
And the mids.
Alright.
Alright, yeah, so... I imagine that JP is telling Willard that he must go in desert as soon as he can.
Yeah.
And
Willard is already headed that way.
Humbugh is also already about to have the same evolution.
Oh, JP's got to feel pretty good about finding mids like that. I suppose they don't know kind of the death counter situation at this point, but that's got to be a good feeling to just have gone straight where your progression led you and found more progression.
Yeah, Humbugh is careful about this fight. He can take one hit right now, but it's better to not risk it. Also getting rewarded with the Titan's Myths. And now they have Dark World Access. Both teams have Dark World Access. Oh! And we see Recitador saving quitting because he was about to go to this mountain. And then what most probably happened is Humbugh told him, I just got myths on the deserts boss.
Never mind.
Never mind, I'm going there.
I mean, yeah, Death Mountain's open, but if you're given the option of...
Yeah. It's not even in logic, anyway.
Well, that's the thing. It's not in logic, and if I'm going to Death Mountain with the hookshot and mirror, I would much rather have the mitts as well.
Yeah.
Alright, so Recitador is coming into desert area. You can tell because the ground is green on his screen.
I wonder what color the flow will be.
It's that color.
I also don't really have a word for that.
it's definitely 100% that color.
It's a color.
So I saw Willard get a bottle much earlier, and JP went back to get that same bottle, also to go to Sick Kid. Did you happen to catch what was at Sick Kid?
It was just a piece of heart.
Oh, okay, still worth it. Did you happen to see the pendant in Pod and the green pendant in Skull?
Yes, we already knew about the green pendant.
We did, you're right.
I also saw the red crystal at Ice, I think.
Somewhere in the south part of the map, yeah.
Well, that's certainly a nice sound.
It's terrifying. It concerns me. Old Man Cave in the dark is actually a scarier proposition than I think a lot of viewers realize. Until you have it happen to you or you see it happen, you don't realize that like a Lionel in that cave can ruin your day. Because you've got the old man. Any save and quits you do, you go back to the screen where you picked up the old man.
Yeah, so if you save there after dying, well, that's your save just always goes to you have the old man, you're in the dark. Now get out. And that can be pretty dangerous. So we have the nice little divergence here with JP going in the dark world, heading towards Village of Outcasts from the
No,
south.
humbug hit the text!
Oh my god. I was about to say Humbo is in that one thing, but yeah, he said the text.
That's the bad text. We try very hard not to talk to that guy. But yeah, JP doing the Smith return. I guess he's trying to put off thieves as long as he can until he gets the hammer. To be sure he can do the full clear there.
It's totally understandable. Plus, those checks are pretty much all in the way, so
yeah.
Good.
Well, yeah. When you have mirror, you might as well just do Smith chain if you ever expect to do it.
Yeah. You might want to skip the purple chest, but it's also not a very bad thing to get it now. When it goes on opinion.
Yeah, if he's going down to Hype Cave.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's going down to the Hype Cave, yeah, that's good.
Ooh, Humbug finds the Sankheart in Tower of Hera.
Nice. He's about to do a little clip into that giant pot there.
Yeah, how's he doing this? How does this work?
Well, you go fast. He just activated hook speed. And you try to diagonally clip inside the pot and then hookshot yourself like this.
Like that?
Like this.
Okay, cool.
And you fall down and there's a warp that warps you back to the top.
Cool. Any tips for lining up the hook speed?
Just YOLO it.
Okay.
That's how I do. Really.
You heard it here, folks. YOLO it, get good.
Get good. So, we're also opting to take the blue mail from the smith.
Mm-hmm.
Why he's there? Yeah, why not? It's not a big time sink.
I like the sync up that Willard and JP just have.
Yeah.
I thought Willard might actually turn around there to go pick up the purple chest since it has the ether medallion, but it looks like they're going to sit on that until they find out if he needs it.
Yeah, I think that's the better option. Well, ether can also be fine. It can also be nice to use when clearing out kill homes. But yeah, it's something he can wait for, and it's better that he does Thieves Town now.
Yeah.
Than following step by step what GP is doing.
Hey, while we're watching them, Humbug finished Hera. Got a shield.
Nice. Okay, I guess.
And a crystal.
The shield is okay. Crystal is very nice, but we all knew it was a crystal.
Yeah, we didn't know it was going to be a shield, though.
That's a good point. And yeah, he's just going on with the mountain. Going to have a lot of checks, and GP also going to have a lot of checks in the Hive Cave. Let's see what they get. They get anything interesting. Nothing for GP. We are meeting a Lionel in that little hallway.
There's been like 2 or 3 in the dungeon so far.
Oh man, a Lionel that hallway is scary. Look at all he has to do. In Samos, okay, yeah, he can kill them, not very fast, but he can kill them. And meanwhile, let's see the rest of products. There's a cape. I came as some auto trash. Maybe that's what you get when Mountain isn't on
I
logic
guess so.
yet.
So Willard's doing something really important in this Armos fight, which is he's using his sword beams only. Now, I did that when I was 10 because I was afraid of the bosses. But it turns out it's actually the best way to fight Armos if you're in this situation where you've got Master Sword. Because a little known fact, Master Sword does less damage than Fighter Sword in that fight.
And and the beams do Fighter Sword damage.
Yeah, your beams are a better way of attacking in that particular situation.
I would not have minded a couple fire hot shots because they do as much damage as the beams as well. And they have a little splash, so you can hit multiples at once.
Yeah, but
it's really
that would have been good.
You cannot do a whole fight on Fire Rod anyway, so the beams are very important.
We'll see if JP does the real strat, which is the boomerang, which takes 48 hits per Armos Knight for a grand total of 288. It's JP. He's not one to joke around like that.
We know Recitador already checked the front of Skullwoods. Didn't get much anything for his doubles. We're all just checking it now, while JP is going back to the village and doing some other stuff like Magic Bat. There's a hot container, which is nice, and we had the lamp on Death Fontaine from humbugh in the Spur Bunny Cave. And this is very interesting.
Where's the flute?
Tell me why. The flute was on Super Bunny Cave. humbugh just got it.
Well, no, that's the lamp. Where's the flute?
Excuse. Yeah, that's what I wanted you to. Sorry.
I'm asking you, Nidban, where's the flute? And you're not telling me.
It's not on the Fontaine. It's actually now we know the flute is logically required to get on the Fontaine. Because there are only two ways you can get on the Fontaine. It's having the flute. Well, at this point, let's say at this point for every other runner, is by finding the flute or finding the lamp. And other humbugh found the lamp out of logic from the Fontaine. We know the flute is somewhere below.
So, two things just happened. The first is he saw that ether's required to get into Turtle Rock. A good thing we know where that is. Second thing, it's a couple screens back, but I want to shout it out. Willard in Skullwoods, and we'll see the other runners hit this as well. On that bridge, there was a switchblade going back and forth, such that you would have to take like 2 hearts of damage to walk through it, and it would take multiple attempts. Willard just bomb jumped through it, which gives you the iframes you need to get by safely.
Nice.
And it's important to be safe and conserve your health when you have to do the Helmicopter fight.
Helmicopter, our witness. The mighty Helmicopter here. This is scary. We have enough. Yeah, he would have enough hearts.
Yeah, this is where having the health is really nice. This is an awful fight without the hammer.
So normally with the hammer, the mask needs 17 hits, but you can get rid of it with 5 bombs as well.
And now 8 sword slashes should be pretty safe. It's so good that the tail doesn't actually come down to hit you here. Oh, what a good time.
Well, he killed it on the perfect frame.
And there's a Bombos for him, so that is all of our medallions. Oh, that was Green Pendant. We may not actually see that fight again, at least on his team's side. So,
well, you know, you said Humbugh saw that Turtle Rock is Ether, but his team doesn't know where Ether is yet. So, I guess we'll see what happens.
I don't think I have ever wanted Sahasrahla to have an item or Bombos to be required as much as I have in this moment. And it's just so that we get 3 more helicopters.
But there's a pretty good chance. There's still a pretty good chance, especially with that Bombos.
Yeah, the Bombos makes it, I don't want to say probable, but plausible at least.
Oh, and this is almost. Oh yeah, hey, he's in Thieves Town as well. So yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, and now I don't know the whole Armos damage table, but I do think that the spins Recitador is doing, which do tempered damage, are fairly effective in the fight.
They're the same as beams and fighter sword.
Right. You just hit multiple times and multiple enemies when you do it.
Yeah. So you know the slashers are faster, so that may give you more DPS, damage per second, but the spins hit well, they hit twice as much as a slash in this scenario. So you know it's really about trying to optimize the fight and also not dying, because he's at 1.5, so he wants to be careful about it.
It's one thing if the fight takes a long time with Master Sword. It's another thing if you get through most of the fight and then you take the death. That's what you really need to avoid.
Yes, now at this point, he only has 1 heart left, which means that 2 hits and he's dead, so he doesn't want to take any more chances. And it's fine. He will get it. Where did Willard find the flippers?
Apparently on Sahasrahla.
Oh, well.
So, you know what that means.
And that means we'll see 3 more helicopters.
It's a good day to be playing video games.
Yeah. And also commentating them.
It's just a good day. Oh, Recitador going to the Fire Rod for the last Armos. I like it. There we go.
There we go. JP also gets to have the beams for this fight, so it was much faster than Recitador's fight.
Yeah, really notable. So we still have no hammer, but Willard has taken his flippers and gone into Ice Palace, hoping he gets something out of this. On the one hand, it sucks because he doesn't have Samaria to do Icebreaker. On the other hand, when you don't have hammer, Icebreaker doesn't necessarily do a lot for you.
Yeah, it would be better if it gives you access to the boss, but you need hammer just before getting to the hole for the boss. So there is no way you can just skip the hammer. You will ever be able to skip the hammer using just mana or glitches. And Humbugh just found Ether, so and they know it's required. So I guess Recitador, opting not to take the purple chest now. Maybe he just has another route in mind, and he'll get it later.
Did he walk onto the purple chest to do the clone trick? No, he is going.
No.
He just wants to be able to go fast at this point.
Yeah, I think he just decided that he's gonna get it later.
Willard is in a little bit of a sticky situation here, down to 1 bomb, but of course, since he's not expecting to beat Ice Palace, he's just going to forgo the bomb jump.
Yeah.
I believe we call that heads-up play, if we want to.
Yeah, that's the best option here. Plus, if he's planning to open all the chests, the bomb jump isn't really hardly required anyway.
But Ninbat, what's that on JP's screen?
Helicopter again, nice.
I'm really glad these runners actually have a fair amount of health, because yeah, this bomb tactic works, but it really can do a number on your hearts.
Yeah, it's a pretty dangerous one. Just going kamikaze on the helicopter.
There we go. That's the fight. There is one nice thing about the slashes you do against the Jewel, which is if your own attack knocks you back into the spikes like that, it doesn't actually trigger the spike damage. You actually have to move into the spike.
Yeah. So that was a nice tier here. And Humbugh also going into his almost knights. Doesn't have access to the beams, just missing half a heart. Oh, but gets the fairy. Uses the fairy to get beams.
I like that. I like that call. That's
a nice healing. You know, just tell a fairy, sorry, I have to put you out of the bottle. I have to use you. Heal me half a heart, please.
And the award for the least efficient use of fairy. Actually, this is perfectly efficient. It's saving him a ton of time in the fight.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is still not a fast fight, but in comparison, it does go by.
It went a lot faster than than his partner. I don't think we have seen it yet, but Recitador is doing the mushroom right now.
Blue boomerang.
Blue boomerang. Actually, yeah, JP did
do that.
Yeah.
And JP and Willard were perfectly synced up for a second there, going to two different places now.
Yep. So yeah, Willard is going to get up the mountain, and JP, we see where he's going next.
Is he maybe doing the back of Thievestown now?
That can be an option, yeah. Still no hammer, but at this point, they already went into IP looking for hammer.
North Dark World? North Dark World.
Yeah, not Dark World. It makes a lot of sense. He can even go back for back of Thievestown after doing this. But it's possible he just does. Like Recitador did a bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And
is that single arrow? Single arrow up on bumper ledge.
They won't get it. They don't need it. Yeah, Recitador going for the water wall that he or Humbugh died earlier on that. Don't know about the Flipper's locations yet. So they're checking it now.
Oh, interesting. JP is just taking the time while he runs to Catfish to stop and buy a potion.
That makes sense.
Not something I would expect in most categories. In Randomizer Week, yeah, there's just too many things that can drain your health or your magic more quickly than you'd like. And like one bad anti-fairy before a cold stare fight can wreck your day. Having that backup potion really comes in handy.
Yeah, especially in Randomizer. I think you just want more safeties than usual in Randomizer. Humbugh using Ether there. Doesn't want to mess around with the enemies. That bomb isn't gonna kill. Oh my god. All those almost knights. He just decided he doesn't care anymore about them. Just let me get to the boss.
So, Where's that flute?
Where's that flute? Where's the hammer? Where all the stuff? I mean, I guess the hammer is... Maybe we'll just find hammer after the flute in my area or something, but...
Yeah,
Where's
yeah,
the
that's
flute?
easy. That's easy.
That's easy. We don't know where it is, but it's gonna be easy.
Yeah. The tail, it just goes faster and faster and faster.
Oh, it's...
Actually, this is a little tight for Humbug. He does not have a lot of bombs left.
Yeah.
That one still managed to hit because the bomb hitbox is always larger than you think.
Bonus hitbox is something.
But I think these last two do have to land for him.
Yeah. He understood he needs to go kamikaze on this.
And with his last
Ooh,
bomb,
Good. Last bomb, got it.
his health situation's a little rough here, but he only needs 4 master spins.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to worry about the tail. Because it's just doing its thing.
Yeah. Boy, is it ever!
Let's go. Yes, he got it.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. And I think this is the first time we see JP in the pod.
Yeah, that was a bow in the first chest of pod.
Seriously?
Usually you open that chest and you go, great, now I can do right side. But this is Randomizer.
You could do
We
right
can
side.
just do right side.
And what are these enemies? They're so easy. Okay, maybe not the Sandmen, but
Well, those were Popos, and then that was a Geldman.
yeah. A what?
A Geldman. I was expecting a Babasa because
Geldman.
we didn't see anything on the screen when he entered, but it turned out to be a Geldman.
Yeah, I was also expecting a Babasa.
It's Geldman because it's a rough transliteration, like early 90s Nintendo, slightly
Yeah.
off transliteration of Gerudo Man. It's all in the lore, guys. Just check out the Zelda wikis.
Ah, translation. So, Rad's about to get his lamp for her, and his team is going to know the location of the lamp. So that's good. They will know about the sequence break, and that flute must be available somewhere.
Right there.
At this point, yeah, right there,
Just right there.
just right there. So yeah.
So we've now found a bow, which we don't need to kill enemies, but we do need to... Now, pod's a pendant. We don't even need that bow.
Yeah, I don't think JP will want to get to the boss, especially as he doesn't even have the lamp.
No.
And it's just a long road to get to the boss of that dungeon.
So we need a hammer and a Samaria, and I think that's it at this point.
Oof. And we get a bomb throwing girl on the bridge.
Ugh.
Okay, good. He managed to stun
Yeah.
it.
Hook shot. Hook shot.
Humbugh entering Ice Palace without the hammer as well. So now we get that both teams try to find the hammer in ice.
You know, if you don't think about it too hard, that dark basement in pod, where JP found the shovel, kind of looks like a shovel. But you really can't think about it too hard.
Yeah, if I don't think about it too hard. Okay, so JP will do the hammer jump here, and it will be a bit scary because it will leave him with 1 heart for the dark maze. And without the lamp, he cannot see the enemies.
This might also just not work, right?
I don't know, it depends. I think if you get berries in the same
In the
super
harmless
tile.
hallway. Yeah. Game's weird, man.
It works.
Pulls off the jump.
that was a hard piece, but
Sadly
not.
not.
A fourth
And there was another heart piece that was also not the fourth one. And he's just going to skip that last chest. I think he's just down to map and compass in the dungeon.
Yeah, that makes sense. Recitador down to half per heart in ice. This is pretty dangerous. Well,
That's Ice Palace deaths are bad deaths to take.
yeah.
So, hey, what's on the table still? Meyer area. All of Meyer area.
Yeah. Out of Meyer, so 5 items. Yeah, the Twin Meyer Shed, Checkerboard Cave, and 2 items in Meyer.
Yeah.
Possibly. You might only be able to get 1, but let's say maximum 2 items.
And then there's that first chest to Swamp Palace.
Yeah.
Good. Willard's going there. It's a terrible spot for Hammer. We all know this. We all hate it. We all laugh when it happens to other people. Willard's not even going there.
Well, he's going to check Bombo's tablet first, and the...
He's getting his ether that he didn't get earlier.
Yeah. Yep, he is going to Swamp now, so... We'll see if the hammer was there all along. Okay, let's see. JP, what are you doing on the map? Okay, good. Going to Meyer.
Recitador also gonna pick up some potions.
Did you happen to catch the Meyer's medallion? Oh, it was Quake, it seems. Thank you. Shout out to our tracker, Yuenko's wife, and 2D Tones for doing tracking for this match.
Thanks for tracking. Hey, look, there was the hammer in Meyer area, specifically in the shed.
Nice. Exactly as planned.
Yeah, it was easy. We knew it. I didn't see what Willard found in Swamp Palace, but it definitely wasn't the hammer. So
it's not important.
So it's not important. He's on his way to Pod now, so he can get that flute from the basement. No, Willard, you can't cross the bridge. You don't have the hammer. That's why we're doing this. So yeah, he'll get that flute just so we can go to Meyer area for the hammer, which puts us just needing Samaria to finish.
Yep. So that was an interesting logic so far. Let's forget about Samaria a bit, because it can be pretty much anywhere, but... So you had to go and kill Drain Pendant Helmacopter in Skullwoods to get first your bombos. That you're not gonna need anyway. And, well, to get your flippers on Drain Pendant. And that doesn't lead to pod, so yeah, the logic isn't that interesting.
No, but the flippers are how you get the pod.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
And then your hammer access is locked behind those flippers. So in fact, the game, I don't want to say forced, because there's a few tricks you can use to get across the river, but the game really worked hard to discourage you from having hammer for the Helmacopter fight. That is nasty, and I'm here for it.
And it doesn't happen often that you need the flippers to get pod.
Yeah.
So for the flute, for the hammer.
So speaking of pod, both Humbugh and Willard are in here right now. The big difference we're going to see is Humbugh has to the whole dungeon out for 5 items. Willard probably just going to grab the flute and bail.
Yeah, he doesn't need to check anything else.
No, he got JP to do that.
Well, he needs to get the keys, but that's all.
Meanwhile, Recitador doing the back of Thieves Town. I did not catch what was in the attic, but doesn't seem to have been the cane. This could be an opportunity for them to make some ground.
Yeah, at this point I don't expect either GP or Willard to check the back of Thieves before a long time. It will happen if they run out of options, but that's all.
And looks like Recitador finds nothing of value there, and in fact, was pretty much out of items anyways. Oh, wait, last items in the big chest. Needs hammer.
Yep. So, while JP is finishing up Swamp, I wonder if Willard will at least start completing Mire and at least get the 2 items and the big key.
I think so. Probably.
Because that would be interesting if the cane is in Mire, then let's go mode.
I mean, what else is he going to do? Go back to Ice Palace?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. That's also a good option, but ideally, I think you want to try to get the cane before that. Maybe he just has a hunch that cane is inside Ice.
So it's an interesting spot, since... Oh, he's going to the upgrade ferry. So that he can buy arrows to take down Vitreous more easily if he happens to run into Vitreous, which is not guaranteed because it's Dynamizer.
And bombs.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
he already had 9. He already had 9 bombs, but I guess if you're stopping by to get the arrows, get the bombs as well.
So, all right, here's the argument for Willard going to Ice Palace right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Sorry, there's
So
a helicopter
helicopter?
fight. I got distracted.
We also have a coaster fight on the top right.
Oh, that's neat, I guess. I'm a little surprised JP didn't bomb us so that he could use some fire rod shots, but wow, a single use of the cape by Recitador just to conserve his health. I like it. He's going to need to really be careful with it
Yeah,
here. He's got plenty of bombs. He's fine for that. This is tense. I think this'll do it if it hits. Oh, now he's down to his last bomb, though. He's got to be super judicious with it. Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Well, that's rip. Cannot finish the fight.
Yeah, there's nothing to do there except just take the death and... not sure what's up with this game there. Timer's still going, though.
You mean Recitador's timer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he just would need a regroup. There's nothing wrong with it.
No. All right. Right. Willard, Ice Palace. Right. Okay. No. Here's why this is a good idea. Even if you don't have Samaria, it's go mode Samaria for him. So it's not like Samaria saves him. I mean, yeah, you can do Icebreaker, but it's not like it saves him a ton of time. He's also already got the right side of the dungeon open, so it's not like he has to loop through everything to get to the last few checks.
You're right.
And it is still that idea of, hey, it's a crystal dungeon I can full clear, which we've been saying for 3.5 years is what you want to do anytime you can in a randomizer. It's slightly better than Mire because, you know, maybe you get the God Mire and you don't have to full clear the dungeon. There's value in it. And he finds out for JP if JP gets to do a Go Mode Ice Palace or not.
Yeah. That's good points. And JP is going for left side swamp as well after having finished the boss. So and we get some moonwalk from the Mimics. Very exciting stuff. Finds the cane. So that's one thing in Go mode.
All right. It's not a great Go mode. They've got no silvers and Master Sword, but that's a Go mode.
Yeah, they will probably want to open as many chests as they can get on their way to finishing the seed.
I'm not seeing Willard's tracker, so I need him to pause here. But I'm not actually sure if he picked up the bow or not. Because it's Randomizer. We don't need the bow to finish the game.
Yeah, I know he picked the bow.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, he did.
At the very least, if he gets the bow...
picked his hammer.
Yeah. The question with the bow was like, are silvers even on the table for him? It turns out they are.
Yeah.
Hey, Recitador bought bombs. And he's back in the fight.
He's back with more bombs. That sounds like something you see out of a movie trailer. Hey, Recitador on Helmacopter Take 2 now with more bombs.
You know, I genuinely feel bad for Recitador that he has to do this fight a second time. I do enjoy seeing a fifth run of our friend.
We got to see him 5 times today.
It's a good day.
It's a good day.
Willard got a blind fight in the cold stare room. So that's an easy enough fight, I guess.
Don't say that. I died to him yesterday.
I mean, I died to blind earlier today.
Good.
It's not a helicopter. Recitador down to his last bomb, but I think that'll do it.
Yeah, that's good. Can take a couple of hits here with the blue mail. Yeah, just try not to walk in the spikes, but that will be fine. And he has a blue potion, so no problemo.
If only there was a potion that gave us more bombs.
So JP, now that he has the cane, can do ice much faster with the ice behaker, and with Willard knowing that there's nothing of very interesting to find here.
Yeah. I always appreciate when a runner doesn't do that H-shaped room on autopilot. JP just lifted the rock, got the small key he needs, and then left the room. Didn't mess around with the tongue pull or anything.
So now, on Humbugh's side, he's going straight for the boss, which is pretty much most often the good option. Yeah, it's the right thing to do.
I mean, with the exception that, I don't know about you, for me, Bomb Diver Down is harder than Samaria Diver Down.
It's harder for me too, and but that ends very well as a it was a sight. because it just went in the water, so it was fun. But yeah, so this is good. He will probably want to come back for the left side anyway, even if he doesn't know about the chain here, because there will be at least 2 items left in the dungeon.
Yeah. Oh, now if we look in the top right corner, something really exciting is happening here. JP is doing the blind fight in the cold stare room. It's often considered to be easy, though it's harder when you can't follow the script.
It's a pretty hard fight, but he did it nicely. Without dying.
Without dying, that's the important part.
Just like his partner earlier. Well, 2 minutes ago. And, oof. Well, Humbugh without a blue potion. Without a potion, and he tried to... He tried to get cold stare using the fire rod, which is arguably the face test strat, but when you don't have full magic
He's
bar...
going for the sword beam hits, right?
Oh, yeah, right, as well, but I think at this point it's just better to use bombos.
It's a good strat and a faster strat if you can make it work, but the timing on the sword beams is...
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing, if you practiced it for 5 minutes before the race, it's really consistent. If you haven't practiced it in a month, it's really hard to do in the heat of a race.
Yeah, but even at this point, just go bombos.
Yeah.
Just bombos it up, and then... Because even with the beams, the time loss from bombos isn't...
It's not that bad.
Big enough. Yeah. Plus with Master Sword, so maybe you can use bombos, and let's say you have a couple more fire rod shots that you can use. So it's gonna be overhauled faster.
Alright, so he saved his mirror portal. That's good. So he's headed back into Swamp. I mean, kind of the good news here is that he does have to beat that cold stare in the Argus room no matter what. So going to recharge is the right thing to do. He just also has to go left side afterwards.
Let's see, Willard got his cane from the left side of Swamp, using it for the diver down. JP, unfortunately, missing the Hera pod a couple times, decides to just get the big key. And he's gonna climb the dungeon. The no glitches way? The intended way?
Mm-hmm. Slower, but better for your sanity than trying to do it and missing it over and over and over.
And I think he was going to try to burn the mummy, but he burned the Babasu in hiding instead. So that's good.
You said it, Ninban. You said our word of the day.
Is it what?
Our word of the day is Babasu.
Yeah, word of the day is Babasu.
So it looks like Humbugh is, in fact, doing left side Swamp. Good, expected, normal, required. We like it.
So I'm sorry, Farion, but I have to change the word of the day. Asdor in chat just informing us, and I confirmed as well.
It's correct.
That it is Babuse and not Babase.
Well, I've been saying that wrong for 2 years.
Well, new word of the day, and you also get to learn the word of the day.
I'm so happy
Thank
that
you,
video games
Asdor.
can be this educational.
And for people asking what's a babusa, we'll see one eventually, probably in GT, and we'll be able to tell you. Let's check out what our teams need to do now. So for Forfeiters are us, they're in go mode. Now that humbugh found the cane out of Left Side Swamp, and still needs to complete the boss. No, I think oh no, yeah, he got the head eye to the boss, so he needs to go back to the coast there in the back of Swamp, kill it, and then they have to do Ice, Mire, Total Rock. Recitador, his partner, also has to go in Swamp to get the King of Samaria. Meanwhile, on the BrewersFanJP side, JP just got his lamp. I think it's not much of a time sink, and it's really good considering they have dark rooms in the following dungeons. So they're in go mode as well. JP is going to do Total Rock right now, while Willard is doing Mire, and after that they just switch around, do the other dungeon, and they'll be off to Ganon's Tower.
Yep. There's minor benefit to them splitting the dungeons like this if one of them happens to find a sword or something, then they can call out the other one, hey, go out of your way for this thing.
Yeah, and also, especially in the case of Mire, you get to tell your partner, hey, so the BT is here, so
yeah,
don't worry about the 1 million other chests.
Hey, look, silver's in the Mire Bridge chest.
Yeah, so that's something that Willard will tell JP, and he will just get it when going back to when he goes to Mire.
I think let's make a note of that. If they're really on the ball, JP is going to grab that chest as he's walking to the boss.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. So humbugh with full magic, using his Master Sword and his hammer to hit codes there. Finally beats it. It's his 50 bucks and more importantly his crystal. Looks like Total Rock won't be much of a go mode for Willard, since JP found the key in the compass chest and found the big key on the right side. So they pretty much have to go in all the rooms. At least they can avoid the lava chest. They will both avoid it.
That's nice. I bet it's a sword.
At this point, do you go to the lava chest and try to get a...
Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. The odds are so small. I mean, yeah, a better sword is nice, but you're... Okay. JP's gonna do it.
JP disagrees with you.
I guess if there's two of you, it's like a double time save for your investment. Let me put it this way. If my partner hadn't just picked up silvers, I would probably be looking for a tempered sword. Now that I know I have silvers for the fight, yeah, it's 2 phases of a lot of spinning against Ganon, but it's not that bad if you can do silvers.
It's interesting to see all the different strats people come up for these Randomizer rooms. So, you know, when you play, let's say, normal Randomizer, people always use pretty much the same strats for all the rooms, all based on energy or other optimizations you can get because you have better equipment. When it's Randomizer, it's all around the place. So humbugh just did Mire 2 with mostly the bow, only used the hook shot at the end to hit the babusa, and Willard, I think, used the hook shot through all the room. to stun the pickles and everything. So very different strategies. I didn't time anything really, so I don't know which one strategies was better or faster, but it's very interesting to see all that. And it's all the stuff that you need to think on the fly as well, because you don't know what kind of enemies are waiting for you.
Yeah, it is a case of what can I do on the fly? How do I feel about my health, my execution in this moment? You know, some players are just better against certain enemies and, like Pokemon, then weak to other types of enemies. And I mean that quite seriously. Like, people have different ways, strats they've approached the game with, different rooms they've mastered. I think this week also just shows off how much of a talent quick swap is. Just being able to do those swaps on the fly when you walk into a room, as opposed to pausing to switch, can really add up in a run.
Oh yeah, and sometimes it's just better to pause, because it lets you assess the situation better, and it also pauses the enemy's movement, so you can switch to the right item before they gang up on you.
JP found a ferry in Laserbridge, which is, you know, a pretty nice place to just find that safety.
So we're done with the Argus fight. It was a pretty nice fight for having Master Sword, and we get almost Dryness. We haven't seen one single Dryness yet.
Despite that Sphere 1 Ice Rod right in the dam.
That's disappointing.
Land motive. Also, hey, we actually got to use the bow on Armos there.
Yeah. It's a good thing that all 4 runners picked up the bow.
Ooh, humbug.
Even if they knew they probably didn't need it, it's a nice enough time save for a couple bosses like Armos or Vithias, and for some enemies as well. Plus, if you found the silvers, which they're gonna find, or they already found, it's good for Ganon too. Oh, was I mistaken? That was not a key. That was not a key in the compass room of Turtle Rock.
Maybe. Which one's the compass room?
The first one, on the left.
Oh, with the eye.
Yeah.
Maybe not, I guess.
Sorry, go.
Oh, just Humbug's doing a challenging strat on Argus here, charging the Master Sword and not losing his spins as he pulls out 2 puffs at a time and then spins 2 at once. That's just hard to do.
Yeah, nice. So I just wanted to come back to the different strats in Mario 2 room that I was speaking about earlier. GP did just a whole other strat with the Eternal Medallion, just stunning all the enemies in place. So you know, lots of different ways to take out the enemies that you think on the fly. And Aether is, you know, the medallions in general are mostly underused, I think.
Yeah, normally the time to cast them is just so long, and the kind of the well-defined strat for a room is almost always faster.
Yeah,
But when you
But
don't
you
have a
know-
strat in mind,
Yeah, so sometimes you just think to yourself, okay, if I do it correctly, it will be faster, and then you mess up. So
hey, you know what's a bad place for a BMOS?
that humbugh is in.
Literally any room where the floor is non-standard, but that one too.
Yeah. Meeting BMOs in ice is, or let's say on ice, is pretty bad.
See, look at that from JP. Hook shots across, grabs the silvers, goes back to the room, saves the entire path of walking to that chest the normal way.
Yep, really nice.
Good work. Would have been very disappointed if they didn't do that. Recitador's got to do the same thing up here, or I'll be very disappointed.
Let's see which boss. Oh, well, we already know which boss is in Mario. I'm bad. We already know all the bosses now, except in GT.
Mm-hmm. Is there anyone we haven't seen? Lanmo?
What?
Trinex?
We haven't seen Lanmo, we have seen Trinex. That's all. We saw Moldom earlier. Yeah. No, we didn't see Vitreus as well.
No. I want to see that at Moldorm too, since everyone's going to have silvers.
Oh yeah. It's a good fight to have a Moldom too. It's hard when you don't have silvers, but when you have them, it's very easy.
I just think it looks a little funny.
It also looks funny.
Right. Willard is going to be the first of our runners to enter Ganon's tower today. Turns out, it was 7 crystals required to enter. The cutscene's telling us that.
It's not random, Filion.
I know.
We knew since the start.
I know.
that it was
Also, the
7.
sign would have told us that.
GP also just does mountain climbs away from going in Ganon's tower.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he did the save and quit. Some form of habit, perhaps.
Yeah, I think he figured he might maybe spawn at the old man, but he didn't do
Yeah.
the old man.
Alright, it's fine. Their timing is going to be a little rough getting to GT here. JP's going to enter, and I guess he can do right side, but you know, they're each going to be going in separate directions at the same time. One of them will be right, and then the other will have to backtrack. And yeah, quite a commanding lead for Team WJP DTB here. Both runners with 7 crystals, as Forfeiters or Us are still trying to pick up their 7th or 5th.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate about the early deaths from the players of that team.
Yeah, and I think that makes up a lot of the time.
Otherwise, I think the rotting was pretty fine on both sides. They got a little trolled by the flute and pod, but it did both teams get the flute relatively as late as the other.
Yeah.
Just that the early deaths of humbugh and Recitador just set them back.
Yeah, when you have a flute leading to a hammer and the flute's in that spot, you just kind of all end up on the same path at some point.
Looks like Willards decided to finish the right side and going to Bob's chest and the ice ammos.
I do like that flip that he made.
Yeah, it's good because JP had to go to the left to get at least a key, and he got a couple more in the Starforce home. So he's just going to commit to full left now.
Yeah, and Willard actually did the firebar room.
Yeah,
before
already.
leaving.
So JP doesn't have to do it.
So yeah, probably the ideal situation for them here is, hey, look, it's a Trinex.
Trinex on ice.
That's the worst room for a Trinex.
That's the worst fight you can get. That's the worst.
This is why we bring potions, folks. So I was going to say the best situation is a big key behind this boss so that JP gets it soon, but if you're JP, you just want to get your key here in Rando Room so that you can rescue your partner from this fight.
And you have magic. That would be very good for Willard right now.
This is going to work out fine for JP. He's got the half magic. He'll be good. Willard gets to improvise.
I know Willard just wishes he had that half magic now.
It's very... Willard's doing something very important here. He's focus firing the ice head first, so that it can't lay down any ice on the ground and make it harder to move around the room.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
This is the strat we all figured out when we were 12. It doesn't work too well in this room, sadly. This is actually a really nasty fight.
When the floor is already all ice and the firehead doesn't do much.
Oh, Willard, serious trouble.
He has a
fairy. Does, right.
He has
picked it up on Laser Bridge. His partner told him about it.
So let's see who finishes Trinex first.
At this rate, I think
Willard, yeah.
JP might. JP's taken some hits, but he doesn't have to be as careful. And Willard is going to just mirror out a do tile room.
Yeah. Tile room.
So no joke, folks. This fight is actually tricky with Tempered Sword and actually challenging when you have Master Sword, just because of the number of hits you need to pull off. Your hammer hitbox is too small and too wonky when you're sliding. We laugh, but the fight is legitimately no joke.
Moving is hard, and you have the central head that just goes for you, and you have to move out of the way. It's something. And it goes for you at the exact position you're in when it decides to go for you, so you don't have a lot of time to move.
Oh my goodness!
Okay, he has a fairy, and without find a tempered sword entire home.
Okay, so Willard's second try at that fight is going to be a lot nicer.
I don't get why he's going left.
He wants to have magic.
Oh yeah, have magic as well. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. And JP can do hammers.
After the fight, JP probably wants to get that hammer, that tempered sword.
Is that worth it?
Oh no! Oh my god! Well, maybe he'll get it before the refight.
I think if you're going to do the refight, you go and get the tempered. If you're not doing the refight, then the tempered isn't worth it.
Well, what if Trinates is in the Nate's boss fight?
Even in Land Mode 2, Trinex isn't that bad. It's
Yeah.
the ice part that's really nasty.
So they're both heading for a rematch.
Because I actually have seen myself lose by going for a Tempered Sword in this room that my partner told me about. It's not
okay,
worth
good.
it unless you're doing a refight of Trinex on ice.
So half magic for Willard, and in a little while, we have tempers for JP, and they're both heading for a refight. Let's see a bit where our other runners are right now. Humbugh just finished Total Rock. He is going to get into GT first.
He has made up some serious time here.
Yeah, that's good. But he needs to check all the chests, and I don't think finding Trinus on ice would be very nice for him either. But let's see what he does, and if he manages to kill it first try.
Yeah. They've got a long road ahead of them. Recitador's still in Ice Palace.
Recitador still in ice, still has to kill that boss, and then has to do Total Rock. So he's lagging behind a little. I guess Humbugh will have the time to find about that ice Trinates on ice.
So
And
Willard
he
was
will be-
going and got a Tempered Spin lined up against the wall on Trinex there. Which you only need 3 hits with. Nice play there, down to half a heart now. But I think he picked up a fairy.
Yeah, he has one. And a nice use of the hook shot here to avoid the head. On ice, I'm just starting to think that on ice, using the hook shot to avoid the head is a great idea.
Yeah.
But don't use it actually on the head. That probably won't help you.
No, that'll definitely make it hit you.
Yeah.
You're not getting out of that one. He's also just using the Fire Rod to actually keep hitting the head, which I think a lot of us forget is an option, but you definitely got enough magic for. And into phase 2, things are fairly straightforward now. He's going to use the cape, or have the cape ready just in case.
Yeah, okay, good. He killed Trinates. The first one of our runners to kill Trinates on ice. That's done.
And look
That's
at
done.
hell, we have to do this again.
No, that's just the shell. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, good.
Just an empty shell.
It's spoilers for a almost 30-year-old game. It's like when you go left after Crocomire and you see the second Crocomire.
Yeah, we'll take it like that.
That's very kind, thank you.
Anyways, I hope he tells GP about that hook shot strat.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
Maybe JP is the one who told him, "Hey, use the hook shot."
That wouldn't surprise me either. JP's just dodging the center head.
Yeah, it doesn't need the hook shot.
Oh
He's just
my
dodging.
goodness! Oh no!
Oh,
Does he?
just when he thought he
No, he doesn't have a
was
fairy.
done.
That was some very good dodge play by JP.
Oh, I think he's going to get some safeties. Oh, he's going to get the fairy at the bunk rock.
Ah.
The bunk rock that's just here, but in the other world, or maybe not.
No, he's gonna get the fairy from this cave. I thought he was just gonna go to Super Bunny and get the magic there, but
Yeah, as well. Yeah, me too.
oh, red potion.
Red potion. Yeah.
I could not have told you there was a shop there.
There is absolutely a shop here, and if you ever play Hit Hole with me, you will need to know that the shop's here.
Usually in retro, by this point, I've found the arrow, so I don't need the shop.
One day, Farian.
All right.
One day you'll find the arrow here, and you'll be thankful I told you, and that JP.
All right.
I also told you.
All right. What are you doing tomorrow? Sorry. I'll keep my personal life out of this channel. Yeah, here's the expected half magic from JP. Or magic refill. He's got half magic.
Okay. Humbugh is falling in the ice. It's Trinate's on nice side, so let's see how he does.
He did go left side to get here, so he's got half magic. Still on Master Sword, of course. So I expect if he takes the death here, he will also do the tile room play.
Yeah. I totally expect it. Nice. Nice hammer hits here. Being against the wall. And with the head close enough to you is good. Oof.
Oh, hey, look. It's Vitreous on Land Mode 2.
Oh, well, that's nice. With the Silver Rose, it's always
Easy.
a easy fight. Down to 1 heart.
Blue Potion. Nice work. This is where 16 hearts is really nice. And this is where it is good that every runner went and picked up that blue mail from Smith.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I would say maybe in a normal seed, you would have your partner tell you, blue mail is on Smith. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't really need it. But when it's Randomizer with Boss Shuffle, you just take it.
Right, down to 1 heart, but the middle head's done its attack, and we're into phase 2. Yeah, he's gonna blue potion.
Using the other potion, I think it's good now.
So it's what, 10 slashes with Master Sword, 5 hits with Hammer.
Something like that, yeah. But at the rate it's going,
you can't dash. You get stuck for too long.
Oh, but okay, it's good. Just keep up. Just keep up. I'm using it the 3rd potion, but that's good.
So I guess there was no enemy on the screen, and
yeah, but he follows.
I've never seen that before.
Oh yeah, that can absolutely happen.
Well, as long as you get the key. All right. That's one way to, I don't want to say beat the boss, but to get into the room past the boss.
So yeah, well, what happened here is, when there are kill homes like this one, or really any kill home in the game, when the enemies go out of the room, the game just doesn't consider them anymore. It's kind of a safety. To make sure that you can get through the kill homes. And you can trick Trinates to get out of the room.
Yeah,
basically.
right side pod works the same way.
So Trinates got out of the room, the door opened, and since it's basically the same super tile, he just followed in the other room. This was a really good. This was a really good one.
I learned how to say Babusu today, and I learned what Trinex can really do to you. It's a great day.
Yeah, JP just killed Trinex on his side. Trinex, even being down there and all, wasn't considered to be out of the room yet. But anyway, it's done. Gets the big key finally. We're all just finished with Aghanim 2, and he had codes there as the Modem 2 boss, which isn't bad, but can be a little dangerous with the holes.
Yeah, the risk of falling there is non-zero.
Yeah, and we have JP and Humbugh both on the gauntlet. Humbugh with a little advance here because he managed to get rid of Ice Trinex first try, but doesn't have the Tempered Soul.
Right. That is
And
the consequence of his approach.
I don't think
And
Recitador is going to get the temper sword either, because his partner, they told him, hey, the big key is behind ice trinates. And if you want, there's double magic on the left.
yeah, the half magic really sweetens the deal there.
So they're just not going to get the dead hand from for GP here.
Oh,
And we're out on Ganon and already on phase 3. So the first 2 phases went really quick.
I have to imagine he was actually a little scared just during the whole gauntlet climb up through this fight. Just when you take that long on one boss, you do start to worry, oh god, is my opponent just going to dot done while I'm climbing? Not that Willard looks at the race room at this point as he's vocal about. But hey, it's going to work out for him.
So GG to Willard for being the first finisher here. There's no winner yet, because it's actually the average of both the team's members that will count. But this is looking like a win for Willard and GP's team.
Yeah, for those of you keeping score at home, Willard's time so far is 1 hour, 35 minutes, 19 seconds.
Yeah, Humbugh decided not to mess around with that skull head.
So Humbugh's going to have a tricky fight coming up. Half magic is really going to help. I hope he just throws a bombos at this cold stare.
Well, he's also gonna have full magic, so just using half the magic to kill the shell isn't bad.
No, like he's got the half magic upgrade. I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you that he could use half his magic to kill the shell.
Why did the localization team make it so confusing what the bat is doing? It's just...
I don't think it's the localization team. I think the bat is just trying to be evil, even in Japanese.
Right. Why did the original writers make it so confusing?
Because the bat tries the same thing in Link's Awakening.
Yeah, but this came first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not exactly with magic, because Link's Awakening doesn't have magic, but he's like, hey, I'm gonna curse you, you can have more bombs. So,
yeah. Yeah.
Nice triple here from Humbugh. Let's see.
Ooh, JP is gonna...
A little rubber light in the torches, but it's alright. Humbugh finishing the Ganon 2 fight now. This will be our second one on Ganon.
JP, don't fall. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh my god, the colors.
That's the real reason you don't want to fall in this fight. And Humbug is doing the flute for supplies play. Probably planning to use Cape in the Ganon fight, given the magic refill he's going for.
Yeah, that makes sense. It can speed up a lot of the second phase, and the first one as well. When you're on Master Sword.
It also, I don't want to say it's required, but when you do have Master Sword, phase 4 is just hard to do efficiently.
And then Mirror Bunk. It's alright, it's alright. Unfortunately, just bleeding a little bit more time as GP is catching up.
JP is actually in a... I mean, the team is already in a good position, but JP is pretty much caught up and might even pass during the fight with Tempered Sword.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Recitador is just too far behind for it to even matter for the team's average.
Yeah.
Let's see that interesting Ganon fight. That's a very good position for phase 2. Can get many hits there before even using his magic.
You know, Ganon would be a lot easier as a boss if you didn't bounce back every time you hit him. Did anyone think to tell the devs that?
Well, it's because Ganon is so strong and he's so chunky that you hit him and it's just the knockback.
Right.
So
that's why it's the Triforce of Power.
And look the difference between
between
Master Sword and Tempered Sword. They're basically at exactly the same place in the fight now.
Did JP get the 1-in-1 there? He must have.
Like 2 hits. And just needs one more Silver Row hit. And it's finishing. Humbugh is also trying to get the hits. So GG to GP, who just finished the race. Cementing the win for his team with a time of 1 hour 42 minutes and 34 seconds. As Humbugh is also finishing right now with a time of 1:42 50 seconds. So GG to both of them.
Yeah, very clean sweep by Team WJP DTB today.
Yeah,
both games the double.
That's their second win of the day here now.
Willard?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you being a professional commentator. Continue talking about us. Go.
Oh, I'm not professional. I don't get paid for this.
Okay,
I'm just saying you guys want.
Semi-formal.
Hey, bud. Wait, is that too formal? So yeah, nice win here for your team. You finished way ahead of everyone else. Do you have anything to say? Any thoughts about that Ice Trinex, especially?
Ice Trinex, I was half expecting it, and I only had, 2 fairies and a blue potion. So when I heard JP getting the half magic, I was very excited, but I was like, but what if the big key's in Tile Room and I don't have to do Ice Trinex? And then I found Tempered Sword, and I was like, all right, we got this. It's over. This is now actually doable. The fight is horrible.
It is.
Up there.
And we're joined by everyone else. Welcome, JP, humbugh, and Recitador.
Hey.
Hello.
Thank you.
GG's. That was a generally okay seed, minus the late hammer and Ice Trinex. That's about the only two bad things about it. And I guess Tile Room Sword.
If you say so.
Yeah, the shortage of swords here was in both seats.
Yeah.
I mean, Enemizer is Enemizer still, but with Master Sword as your like most potent weapon, along with a nice Trinex. Yeah.
The one thing I was really interested about is, once we got the flippers, it was like, okay, well, this would have been a really easy seed to just do the bomb jump over to the catfish area.
Yeah.
And dive pod that way. So
I wish I knew that bomb jump. I really should learn it because
yeah,
it was not setting up a water walk was
straightforward.
pretty much I really wanted to set up that water walk, but that fire bar above the hole just kept hitting me and screwing it up somehow. So
oh yeah, that fire bar was not convenient at all. That's for sure.
The first time it actually knocked me into the hole, and then I realized I had forgotten to check the rest of Skullwood, so I did that. And then I came out and was like, I'm going to try this again, and just nope, didn't work.
Nope. Yeah, that was tough. Overall, though, like, the scary thing about boss shuffle is that you never know if you're going to run into a boss you can defeat. And because we got, both rods and hookshot in Lightworld, in Lightworld, that was not a thing you had to really worry about, aside from just having weapons, like a sword or a bow.
Yeah, the first seed we managed I got to Argus and Eastern like a minute after he found Hookshot, and then he got to Trinex and Swamp like right after I found both rods. So,
Nice.
that was not going to be a thing this seed, no. Not at all.
JP, we should have did the cool trick to make the door open up in Ice Trinex and just avoid the second half of the fight.
That would have been good.
Fun.
That's so hard. I feel like
I
that's
have been
harder to
called-
do with the ice physics though, to set that up.
Yeah, I've been called a cheater by a teammate since I did that. It was an accident. I knew that it was a thing, but it was completely on accident that I did it.
I didn't even. There's a clip of me out there somewhere where it happened to me at Land Molars 2, and then I walked through the door, and I wasn't expecting him to chase me through the wall and kill me.
I remember.
I think I've seen that clip. Yeah.
That was so good. I didn't even, for a second, even consider doing that for this. I was just so happy to have that tempered sword from Tile Room. That was a huge find. Right.
Yeah, good for you.
Where was Half Magic again?
Rando Room.
I do encourage you guys to go back and watch some of those Ice Trinex fights because you all had slightly strats you were doing, and they worked out to varying degrees. JP, I don't know how you were dodging that head without hookshot. Like, that was wild, man.
I had some good dodges there, yeah. Was a bit upset myself with the first death. Second, I should have put a hook shot to try to avoid it, but like that last phase, he just like kind of just hovers over you, and you can't really get away from him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's
that's what I was happy about having the cape for that phase because I could just slash wildly with the tempered sword, no problem.
I'm glad I got to avoid the fight altogether because I apparently was the only one that only had one bottle, and I was not going to live probably.
Oh, I needed 2 bottles both times to get through that fight, or 2 bottles to get through that fight.
Yeah.
After my second one, I ran to Right Side Death Mountain to grab the red potion shop, and then came back.
That was the thing is, if that half magic didn't show up, then I was probably gonna have to leave to go get another blue potion because all I had was a blue and 2 fairies, and I used 2 of those against the first Trinex attempt that I bailed out on because I'm bad.
Yeah, the fun thing was. Oh, go ahead.
I think Willard did Tile Room then, just as a hope of like, okay, big key here, please, so we don't have to do this.
Please don't make me do that again.
Yeah, the fun thing was when he told me there was an Ice Trinex, I was like, well, I'm going to go do archery game because I want to buy some potions, and I did a lot of archery game, and then I went to go buy potions, and I realized I've only got 1 bottle. I could have probably stopped a couple of tries earlier.
Did you get the bottle on Laser Bridge?
I did not know there was a bottle.
Okay, yeah, there's a fairy bottle in the
Yeah,
second
there was a
Laser
fairy
Bridge.
Oh, that might have made me feel a little safer, but I was never going to make it anyway. So
It was Bonk Rocks, Spiral Cave, Laser Bridge, and one other one. Where was the
Yeah,
fourth one?
I can't remember. I found the fourth one. I just don't remember where I found it.
Might have
found-
been in GT actually.
I found one of them, so I don't know which one I found. Oh, I found the one in Bonk Rocks. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one had a B.
Yeah. I also gave him a little treat because I wanted to buy bombs before I went into into ice because I didn't have any bombs and I didn't have any money, so I went ahead and popped into the Meyer Rippy room for a little pick me up.
I missed that. I've never seen
Meyer
someone
Rippy
do that on a restreamed race, and I'm sorry I missed that.
Oh
Yeah.
no, there's not even that much. There's like what 9 blue rupees in there.
I had like 80 rupees when I went in there because I bought them from the upgrade fairy. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I saw DT do that in the last race, so I was like, it's a good idea to go ahead and buy that stuff because, I mean, I had just enough bombs to get through Helmassar at Skullwoods.
Yeah, I had a hard reset Skullwoods because
Awful.
that stupid ass moving floor. Trying to throw that is a terrible fight to require
Yeah.
bombs only.
Can we all agree, at least the runners, maybe the comms if they want, that Randomizer bad?
I just have to say we killed Crosskeys for this, and I don't think it was an appropriate death.
Let me put it this way. I'm really happy I saw 5 helicopter fights, but I'd still trade that in for Crosskeys.
I mean,
Yeah,
5 plus however many were
you
in
use the verb saw 5 helicopter.
That's the key. That's the key.
Yeah,
Saw.
exactly. You saw them.
Randomizer, fun to watch, feels bad to play, especially
Yep.
the
I
boss
mean-
shuffle.
Can we go back to the years when we didn't have a moving floor in Skullwoods? I don't think vanilla behavior is that important when you're doing an Randomizer. I'm just.
Can we also turn off the fire shooter in Lamolas 2 in case there's a Trinex?
Yes,
Because that's a real
please.
pain.
Please.
Please
Medusas
and thank
can
you.
die.
Vitor, save us. Your only hope.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was more than 5 because we also had helicopter fights in the first seed.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, I
God.
didn't watch that one.
I lived through that one, but I also had a hammer.
That would have been nice.
I think that in both of the seeds, I got the mask off with my last bomb. So yeah.
Yeah, it was down to
Clutch.
the wire.
Well, I for one am glad this week is over. Hooray!
Yes.
GG to all y'all. That was fun.
GG.
It was.
Jeez.
All right. Hey, runners, all 4 of you, thanks again for the show you put on.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks a lot, you in the crew, for setting all of this up.
I mean, Ninbad and I just
Thumbs up
talked
right now, finally.
and laughed for an hour and a half. But yeah, thanks to the league admins who actually put all this together.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have to play in this race; I just had to watch. So this one was tons of fun. Hey, when do playoffs start? Next week?
Yep.
Good luck in those.
Thank you.
For Team Yellow. You're
We
yellow on
still-
the restream. You may not know.
Okay.
Oh,
We,
okay.
we still do have to see who our opponents will be, or we still do have a chance at a first round bye. So we have to
Mhm.
see if that does happen. So
Let's
that will
go, old Swagget Jackson! Yay!
We have achieved our team goal of not being last, so we're.
Hey, you actually did your team goal today. Your forfeiters are us. You forfeited twice.
That's right.
Data
Data can't handle it.
that second race though.
Sorry if I
Well,
didn't hear that.
Finish the second race.
Oh, Humbug
sorry.
did finish second. Recitador is the winner of their team then.
I'm filling in for Data today, you know.
Shout outs to all the teams in this division. This division was tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
So,
definitely a tough one. It was a good division race the whole way.
Yeah, and when they were showing off each of the divisions at the beginning of the season, I was like, ooh, this is gonna be spicy. So, despite that, it feels good to finish out with the same record that we finished last season. 10-4. So feels heckin' great, and I'm glad I got 2 really good teammates to carry me.
I could say the same.
Yeah, thank you guys.
GG's all round.
Yep, GG's.
I also want to shout out our 2 trackers, Yannick's wife and 2D Tones, for tracking this match and keeping us on our toes. Also reminding us of things we missed, because watching 4 on us at once is not an easy task. Especially with the helicopters, that was so distracting. And I think we're about to close it off, Farion.
Yeah, if you want to watch more games in the league, we are still on Randomizer Week. There are chances for more helicopter fights at 9:10 Eastern on SpeedGaming 3, 10:10 Eastern on SpeedGaming 5, both those being tonight, as well as matches throughout most of tomorrow. It turns out that in 2v2 weeks, the weekends get kind of loaded up with matches, since that's the easiest time to schedule. Go figure. Then playoffs will start in the next week or so. So keep your eyes tuned to the SpeedGaming schedule and ALTTPR League.com for that information. I've been Philion. I have had a ton of fun. Inban?
Same. Well, I'm not Philion, I'm Ninban, but I also had a lot of fun.
Have a great night, everyone.